Alright.
I'll do it.
Okay, you already have inspiration. You cannot get double.
I will not do it. Fuck you guys.
I would do it, but I would just
will
make
do
stuff
it. I'm
up.
not just
hold
in it
on, I
for
have
the, I'm not
notes.
just in it for the inspiration. I'm
Wait,
in
I
it for
think.
the.
I can try.
Josh should do it because I think Josh's will be fun.
Wait, oh, no!
You just died.
I'll do it.
Oh.
Oh, just yeets.
Do it, Josh.
Uh-oh. Joe, are you speaking? Because you're lighting up, but I can't hear anything.
I got yeeted.
So,
So it made a noise when I came back.
Oh.
oh,
John, would you like to try recap?
I will do my best to attempt a recap.
Yeah, do it, Josh.
Who said that? I wasn't looking.
That was
Ren.
Ren.
That was wrong.
I was like, that sounds like Ren, but it also sounds different from any other voice here. What's happening?
I'm just
Okay.
special.
No, I'm just dumb.
No, you're not.
Exactly.
Try to do recap.
Okay. So, we slept at a different tavern, and we all sat at the same table, thankfully, in the morning, and kind of introduced ourselves. Julius gave a fake name. He said Lecter.
Yes.
Who else gave a fake name? Because I don't remember.
Nin gave Nicholas their fake name.
Nin gave Nickel. And then everyone else was accurate, I think.
Mm-hmm.
As far as we know, yes.
Okay.
Weirdos.
And then these people came barging in and yelling about 500 gold for a delivery, and then we harassed a gnome.
Yeah, we did.
Because he
we
dropped a
went over to this
contract.
gnome who was involved with this elf he didn't deliver something through a terrible swamp. And so Alex went over with someone to harass the gnome. I haven't gotten a sense of who's who yet. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
We harassed the gnome and made him storm out, and then we took the delivery. It's a letter?
It was a box of rose whistle, I think, right?
Woe's whistle.
Rose whistle.
Rose whistle. We're delivering something for an elf, and he was like, "You got to go through this terrible swamp," and we were like, "It can't be that bad," and it is that bad. And we're having a miserable time in the swamp, right? And then we get
Speak for
attacked.
yourself.
I mean, okay, most of us are having a completely miserable time.
Nin
in,
in their element.
Nin's having a great time.
Well, I don't know if they're having a great time, just,
Vibin.
they're vibing.
They're vibing. We're vibing. It's fine. God, having to speak makes me realize how, I can't string words together. It's great.
It's okay. Keep
And
going.
then
You got this.
We saw some fish people, and we were like, that's weird. And then we got attacked by the mighty Floopdoogle and some crocodiles. And my boy almost died, I think.
Yes.
Aster did not have a great time. And then Ixalia killed the mighty Floopdoogle. And then all the fish people have decided that that's their god now. And started doing worship dances and stuff. Listen, I don't know how articulate any of that was.
No, I think
No, that
that
was
covered
perfect.
most of it.
Yep, I
That's the
think
gist.
At
the
least
only
everything I
end
can
of
think
it.
of.
Yeah, the only end of it was that we basically tried to get away, and then Julius failed on that and was called false prophet. Not that he knows
Ixalia
this.
had to very carefully go to these fish people who were like, "This is our god now," and go, I gotta go do stuff. Don't die while I'm gone. Don't
Yeah.
kill anybody, maybe.
Maybe.
This was the part where my brain stopped working, so...
Didn't she give one of the little Kuatoa like an arrow or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, no.
And it's now like a holy symbol or something.
It's like
And
a
that
blessed
was
one
what-
now, and
That was what we used to get away
Oh,
for a distraction.
and now are we still in the swamp?
Yeah.
Okay, we're still in the swamp. There we go.
Good job!
Woo.
I will give you inspiration for that, Josh.
Thank you. I tried my best.
And I could tell.
I'm not very good at remembering things or putting words together. And for like half of the sessions, I am usually
You did great,
spacing
Josh.
pretty bad.
Do we
Thank you.
do we know who the Kuatoa's god is?
Ixalia.
Ixalia.
Oh, okay. I mean before that, because they
the
can
Crocodile.
they make
Crocodile.
gods. Oh, and okay, Talia killed their god. Okay, hell yeah,
Yep.
Ixalia killed their god, so she's their new god now.
hell yeah.
Only
It's
gods can
what's
kill
it called
gods.
rules. The
2 sessions in, we're already killing gods. Let's go.
yep.
it's a lot faster than it took us for the other
Yeah.
campaign.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Eppley.
Oof.
We're ready for Eppley 2.0.
Oh,
That was
Emily.
the real god, though, not just like, I killed your dad, so I'm your god now.
Yeah. Joe
Ah,
just dropped a
Flute Dougal.
picture of the Flute Dougal
Why
in
did
the chat.
I have to see that again?
I don't know where dad came from in that sentence.
Killed your dad.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Also, important note: the Floop Dougal turned back into a regular crocodile after it was killed. Right?
Oh, I
Yes.
forgot about that.
That looks like the crocodile from fucking All Dogs Go to Heaven with crab claws.
Oh my god, does being their god turn you into that?
You don't know.
Maybe
I
you
don't
can
like
make
that
crab
answer.
arms.
Kuatoa's are
Would you
power.
like to know, Weather Boy?
Fuck, where's my fucking chart? Okay.
Leave me alone. I'm gay and stupid.
So, you all have vanquished the terrible Flute Dougal, and for the moment, the Kuatoa seem to be hanging back. So, the group of you set off once again through the swamp underbrush. Irene, still traveling on Alex's shoulder,
Fuck yeah.
and Aster carrying the thing of Rose Whistle,
Mm-hmm.
because he is a buff child.
Strong.
Fucking shredded little lad.
And I'm
I
so
love
delighted
him.
by y'all's reaction to that.
Shredded little lad.
He's
So
so strong.
Are
This
we in a boat? Are we in a boat? Or
Literal
are
child has a 6-pack.
we in a boat, or are we trying to just tread through the water?
You're just fucking
We're
walking.
following paths and sort of patches of dry land.
Yeah,
As yet, we have not had to actually wade through water.
I thought we were like
you
stuck in mud and
traveling-
stuff like that.
Yeah, you are traveling along a road known as the Splinter Road, which is the road that leads to the town you are heading to, Straits Gallows. The traversal of the Splinter Road is why everyone fucking hates going to Straits Gallows.
This is miserable and awful and it's gross, but we're getting 70 gold per person. Ish. We're getting, God, how much did I establish we were getting?
Whatever 500 divided by 7 is.
Doesn't matter if we
We're
get
getting-
killed by crocodiles first.
We're getting 71.4 gold for this.
Precise.
The 0.4 can go in party funds.
4
Is that
copper.
Yeah.
many?
For silver.
For
each.
silver.
Is 70 many?
Is this an in-character conversation?
I guess.
Yes.
Depends. Yes? No.
No, the answer is yes.
No.
Julius like spits a little bit and he's like just nods.
You know, like you have 70 bugs.
Oh yeah, we did have this
That's not
conversation
great.
already, I think.
You
Oh, it was
did.
about beetles.
We had this conversation, but it was about 500, so it's different.
Okay.
78 is still a lot.
I mean, I know what numbers are. I'm asking, is this like a lot of money?
Yes. Oh, yes.
It's a
Gold?
good bit of
Yeah.
money.
Cool.
Cool.
Now that you are past the Floop Doogle's terrain, after it takes a couple of hours, but eventually you do start to hear in the corner, like, of your perceptions, the little
The
of the
Animal
Kuatoa.
Crossing.
No! Julie's
Of the
like,
Kuatoa chittering.
Julie's like whips around and he says, "They found us."
They seem to be staying pretty far back, however. They seem to be kind of anxious about not following godly orders, but they didn't seem to feel comfortable staying too far away either. But they are staying a decent berth back away from you.
God.
You spot the
I
one
feel like Kuatoa have anxiety in general.
Yes.
you spot the one carrying the arrow.
Hello? Okay.
Kind of having put the arrow into a makeshift crown. And it seems that this one seems to have been designated a leader of some sort. Likely some form of fish person priest. But they leave you alone.
Julius is gonna walk up next to Nin and just mutter, "So, looks like they're kind of following you a bit. Should I try and
Ixalia.
do...
Ixalia.
Or Ixalia, sorry. God, not Nin. He walks up to
Yeah, they're
Ixalia and
definitely
just...
not
That'd be a
following
nightmare.
Oh god, yeah, I'm just...
So
my
Nin does
brain
have the
didn't work.
headdress.
Yeah, that's true. But, walks up to Ixalia and basically mutters, "I can probably throw them off a little bit. I can do disguise self, make myself look like you."
She kind of looks at you and just, I mean, her response is along the lines of, like, well, I don't want to hurt them.
Julius has an internal debate because he doesn't care about hurting them or not. But if they don't want to, he won't necessarily do it, so... He'll just
I
shrug.
think she kind of nixes the idea. And night settles on your second day on the Splinter Road. If you remember what your quest giver told you, you probably have a little bit of travel tomorrow to do, but you should hit the town soon.
Excellent.
Well.
Once again, it's easy to find like already cleared spots along the Splinter Road. For as hated this road is, it is the only town in and out of Straits Gallows. So there are
It's
already
kept at least vaguely maintained.
yeah. So what do you want to do?
Is there the possibility of, like, setting up the bedroll not on the ground, where it's going to be hopefully less sodden in the morning?
So the marshy swamp does have some trees, particularly of the like very, I don't know what they're called, but they have like those very tangled like root systems.
Mangrove
Sort of-
trees.
Yeah.
Mangrove, thank you. Sort of stick up out of the wood, out of the swamp, and then up into the branches might be able to hold you. You're kind of past the point where there's any like consistent wood planking. But the
Yeah.
ground does seem to be a little bit more solid than it was in earlier sections of the Splinter Road. There is just It's still it's mud, but it's solid mud. You don't have to worry about slipping into water.
Yeah, that's fair.
Are the fish people, after we've kind of stopped to rest, are we still hearing them?
Yes. They do not approach any closer. The moment they've realized you stop, they also stop. And you get the sense that they are also settling down for a night.
Okay.
About how many of them? Does it seem like it's the whole? Like it's.
The whole gaggle?
Make a perception check.
I sure will.
I also
remember
will.
Where perception is. Where's perception?
I just need to grab my sheet.
There's the shit right there.
Julius is the one character I fucked with no perception this time.
21.
Goddamn.
Nice.
I'm getting the roll for Asta.
Mhm.
Give me a sec. Sorry, I just need to get a sheet open.
You're fine. Take your time.
I also have a loaf cat.
Good. Speaking of, Snowball comes out for the night when we stop.
The bastard emerges.
Snowball reemerges. Like a little criminal.
Julius stares at the cat. Just a bit.
Min glares at the cat.
The cat glares back.
Snowball spends most of her time. It, her, him. Have we established a pronoun for Snowball?
Okay, look, Snowball doesn't have a gender, so she borrowed Irene's, but like any pronoun is technically acceptable for Snowball.
Excellent.
She borrowed Irene.
Love that.
Yeah,
Love
no, I
that.
decided on that's the official. Like, she did not have pronouns, decided to borrow Irene's. It works.
Very fey of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Snowball's
her
pronouns
works,
are
but any
bastard.
pronouns are acceptable.
She spends a lot of time sort of curled on Irene's like shoulders, almost like a protective sort of scarf.
Yes.
If anyone approaches Irene at any given point, you very much get like cat glare, but doesn't do anything. Like they're not. It's not an aggressive move, but the very I see. I am looking.
Not respectfully.
I am looking. Yeah, I was about to.
Respectfully.
Mean mugging us.
Nagi is currently trying to catch food for people. She's like probably going to the water and using like shape water to freeze fish and stuff as she sees them. Or maybe
But
she'll just reach in and
technically-
noodle.
Technically, you can't freeze water if there are living creatures in it.
Yeah,
That's
That's
homophobic.
true.
you can.
Then
do
she'll
thi-
freeze
you can-
around them and
yeah,
then
you can
pick them
kind
up.
of like freeze and pick them up and that kind of thing. Make a survival check at advantage,
Okay.
because this is a very clever technique. I just don't know if you can pull it off quite. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe you don't. Okay. Yeah, you managed to catch a decent load of fish. They're smallish fish. You don't find a lot of really big ones. It's a swampy area. There's not like chonkers. In the fish pile, though, you managed to actually catch one or two of these little like trout minnow things. They're very small, kind of baby. But they're kind of interesting. They're fish that you've never seen before, Nagi. They seem to actually have what looks like a little bit of glints of silver in their scales and fins.
Oh.
Oh, these are the things we heard about.
That's what the town is like
Yeah.
known for,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
she'll point the fish out before releasing them because they're babies. unless somebody else wants to keep them. But yeah, she'll release the small ones.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
They
should.
happily go on their way. But yeah, you have gotten a look at the silverfin trout.
Oh yeah.
Neato.
Nice.
Okay, guys, dinner. She says that she slams a bag full of fish on like next to the thing, or like a
Fire.
bucket. I don't know. What a something that we have.
I'm imagining a
Something
bucket of crawdads.
Oh, it could
There
be crawd. There probably are crawdads in the.
It is a swampy area. There are crawdad. There are smallish fish. You can all probably get honestly a pretty good meal out of it. You might need to supplement a little with like ration bread.
That's fair.
But it's a whole lot better than eating
All
Hardtack.
hardtack.
Yep.
Alex is considering the fish.
Julius grumbles. He's just like, really should have bought spices when I had the chance. Oh well.
Nin is definitely making eye contact with the Kuatoa while she's eating the fish. Very meaningfully.
Jesus Christ.
Nagi's like, what do you mean? A small butter is the best seasoning as she bites into a fish.
Is it a raw fish?
Perhaps you should
Yes.
cook those?
Julius makes the most horrified looking, like, you're eating it with scales and all, yes? Like,
She just bit into a raw fish.
Julius
God,
just,
she's so valid.
Julius just puts a hand up to his mouth and he says, God.
Yuri, are you sure you don't want to cook that?
Nin, make me an intimidation check while this goes on. Sorry.
Oh, bless.
I really think it would be better cooked.
Yeah.
Oh no, it tastes good.
You know, sometimes fish have worms in them, right? When they're raw.
She shrugged.
Goodness
Uh,
gracious.
Nin, you make eye contact with a couple of the Kuatoa as you are chomping into this fish and make like a really big like at one point. And there's a sudden bout of chitters.
Is Nin also eating raw fish, or does Nin wait
But this
till
would
we
be
cook them?
after they're cooked.
yeah.
Okay.
She's not that
I
feral.
Also,
I
I'm just-
just had to check.
I'm imagining all the Kuatoa just talking like Animal Crossing villagers now.
Yeah. Ixalia does turn to you, Nin, and go, I do think they're kind of frightened of you now.
Oh, neat.
She gives you kind of like a, okay, look, then it goes back to her fish.
Hopefully cooked fish.
Cooked fish.
We're gonna be specifying every time we eat fish from now on, but yes, it is cooked fish.
Gotta
Well,
specify, otherwise the assumption is raw.
well, Julius is
Unless
eating.
we are in an area where sashimi would actually be appropriate, but in the middle of a fucking swamp, sashimi is not appropriate.
Yeah, no.
To be fair,
That-
y'all
that's
have
Twitter
had,
talk.
like, sushi before.
Swamp
purple?
sushi, no
Eat
thanks.
meat.
Nin hasn't, but everyone else has had like sushi or sashimi.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah,
Can
that's
purple
valid.
be
But from
right
the swamp,
Or fish, just straight
Yeah, not-
up.
Hold on.
Swamp sushi.
Fighting into, fighting
Hold
into
on, hold
fucking
on.
catfish.
Josh, yes?
Can furbolgs eat meat?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing against that. Yeah, are you?
Okay.
Are you just confusing furbolgs and druids?
No, I'm thinking about cows.
Druids can eat meat, yeah.
I know, but
No,
like,
cows.
I mean-
you're confusing something is a thing, and
I
nothing.
don't,
in
you don't have to
D&D
eat
is-
cow or
Ye-
beef, I
I
think.
am thinking of furbolgs
Um,
as cows.
Because Taliesin
cows can eat meat.
Taliesin
They can?
plays.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cows can very certainly eat meat.
They're technically like fey giants.
Yeah.
They kind of look
Chicken.
cowish.
Like
Yeah.
sometimes if a cow doesn't have enough nutrients, it'll just eat a whole ass bird.
I
Yeah.
wish,
Oh, that's,
I wish
Matthew
that wasn't said
Mercer
to me,
said-
actually.
that's horrifying.
Matthew Mercer looked at
Mm.
furbolgs, said, "You're cows now,"
and he was right.
Yep.
and he was right.
They are technically Fey giantkin, so they are omnivorous. And yeah, cows will just straight up eat meat if they hungry.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's terrifying.
The same with
Like
horses.
It's not as bad as
Pigs.
horses.
Mm.
It's not as bad as horses. Because when
would
horses
be
decide to be
fingers.
carnivores, they are, oh god.
Let's
But
not.
Yeah,
Cows-
they're bad.
Let's not.
Cows can.
Valid to eat fingers.
Let's not.
Selective carnivores.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So yes, you can eat meat unless you choose for Alex to be a vegetarian.
I am considering. I don't know. I
Also
think
consider,
yes.
if you play Minecraft, you know that vegetables give you less food saturation, so you get hungrier faster. I'm kidding.
He's just big, alright?
That's a lot of veggies. He's a
Mhm.
very big boy.
You can't make it. Well, technically, vegetarians. A lot of vegetarians eat fish.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
true.
not vegetarian.
I'm
Vegetarians,
trying to,
whatever.
I'm
That
trying to
would be
figure out
me.
his relationship to fish specifically. And I don't know why, but it's all my brain is thinking about right
You're
now.
fine.
Well, has he ever had a really good friend that's a fish?
No.
Then yeah, he might be down to eat a fish.
Oh yeah, because Furball can talk to animals and plants, so that does kind of make it awkward.
Yeah. Consuming food is just awkward.
Why consume
Oh
food?
boy.
Whatever Alex's dietary choices are.
I think not fish.
Oh
Eventually,
man, buddy.
eventually he'll get create food and water, and that is cruelty free.
I think yes. I'm making the really important Alex lore is if he's a vegetarian, and the answer is yes.
Fair
Excellent.
enough.
Okay, but
Uh,
is create food and water non-GMO?
It's magically
I don't
modified.
think he cares.
MMO.
GMOs aren't bad for you anyway.
I know they aren't. Everything's
People
a
are
GMO.
funny.
Anyway,
the discourse
sorry,
is hot.
I get mad.
Yeah, I do
No,
too.
that's valid.
People are like, chemicals are bad, GMOs are bad. The chemicals and GMOs are everything. Shut
We
up.
literally genetically modified bananas. Shut up.
Yeah. Maybe we shouldn't be pumping like our chicken meat full of like pesticides, but like
Yeah.
that's different. Anyway. Sorry.
PK, what are you typing? Oh, okay.
When we're sort of doing watches, Ash is gonna offer to take first watch.
Oh. Julius was
Sorry
gonna
about
take
that. I really had to
another.
tuck that out.
Julius would help with another watch. However, one thing he wanted to do before we finished like eating or doing watches, he wanted to try and be a bastard and do the disguise self to look like Exalia. See what the
Okay.
fish people did.
You cast Sky Self. And there is a flurry of chittering. And you don't know what this means.
He'll look off into the distance where they are and just grin a big grin and wave.
There's a lot of chittering, and Ixalia just puts her face in her hands.
he just like cackles to himself.
Do I want to know? That was a little pause. Do I want to know?
Ixalia shakes her head.
Fair enough.
I, PK, want to be so bastard right now, but I'm not gonna do it because Irene
Nim
wouldn't.
is going to make herself look like Julian.
Oh,
Julius.
Julius?
And there's like a gasp and more chittering, and Ixalia just like, please.
For a second,
Julius looks
Because he
at
said-
Nin and he just grins wider and he says, "Oh, I like you."
when you said Julian, I was imagining Julian Salamita.
Julius, sorry.
Oh no, we lost. There.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Joe's
back.
back.
Orange Julian.
Orange Julius.
Okay, I want to do it. Okay, so Julius looks like Exalia. Nin looks like Julius. Can I use minor illusion to create a little image of Nin?
You could make a tiny Nin. Yes.
Just like sitting, like it's like a little mini Nin sitting next to her.
Oh my god.
You all are making a Kuatoa pantheon right now.
We are all trickster gods.
Oh, dear.
And I think that's what Exalia exclaims right now. Is like, you are making a pantheon.
Julius just cackles.
Nin is cackling with him.
Problem.
What did you say, Joe?
I just asked to kind of. I feel like that might be a problem.
That's for future us. It'll be fine. Live a little. We're in the swamp up to our asses in this, and he just gestures around to all the nasty mud.
You're lucky you're not up to your armpits.
Yeah, well, we've been carrying you. You're alright.
Just pointing it out, dear.
Yeah,
And it is unfortunate.
like my ankles.
Yes, you're very tall.
You're very small.
Yes, I am.
Would you decide, like, okay, what would you decide between really small and really tall?
Oh, well, I suppose because I'm used to being very small, I would pick very small.
That makes sense.
Because
What about,
being tall, I'm sure it does have many advantages, but you're also just running into things more often, I should think.
yes, the amount of doorways I've smacked my face on. What
Is
about
all your family tall?
define family?
Well, the people you're related to, you know, parents, siblings, children, if you have any.
I don't know, probably.
Oh, well.
I've only ever met one other that's like me, and I was taller, but we're both very tall.
I see.
Julius kind of like leans forward in his Exalia looking state and just says, yeah, I don't really exactly know what you are. That was not explained, and I kind of feel awkward asking, but, you know, I'd rather be informed.
Does it need to be explained?
I mean, you're the first person I've seen that looks like you. If you have an explanation, I won't force one from you.
I've looked like this always?
Does what you... I guess that's kind of a rude thing to ask.
Oh no, go ahead, be rude.
Fine, well, since I have, the permission, have you... What you look like, does it have a name?
Well, I look like me, but, like, not everybody looks like this. Like,
Yes.
I'm on, like, the taller end, I think.
Oh, yes.
I'm pretty tall.
Well, like me,
I
and
think
he...
I have no idea if Alex knows what he is. I don't think so.
Oh,
Would considering region, would Asta possibly know
Aster,
the
yes.
term Thibog?
Yes, you would know the term for Volk.
no. Julius does not, because he's sheltered.
I think the word is Phobog. I don't know too much about the wild peoples, but I know that. But I've heard tell of people like, and they got called Phobos. He kind of tugs at some of the floof a bit awkwardly.
I mean, that makes just as much sense as any other answer I could give.
Does Nin know anything about furbolgs?
Make a history check. Or an nature check.
Nagi knows what furbolgs are, right?
I'm not
Yes.
particularly good at either of those, but
Nagi has
Nope.
run into furbolgs before.
Oof.
Yeah, no, you have no idea.
Hey, join the club, Nagi.
he just looks neat.
Or not Nagi, jeez.
Nin.
Yes. The end names.
We broke the rule of having characters with the same first letter in their name.
Oh, it's not as
That's a
bad
rule
as...
in my other games. We can't do that because it always messes up notes.
In Ren's game, we have an Ira and a Pyra.
And we
Oh,
had an
no.
Iris at one
God.
point.
Iris,
Oof.
Ira, and Pyra. It fucking
Oh
sucks.
no! Oh no!
I didn't think Ira was said that way. It's my mistake.
Oh god, we've got Aster Alex, Irene Ixalia, and Nagi and Nin. And then there's Julius.
Julius.
This is the rules.
I broke the rules, y'all.
Fuck everything.
Anyway, Nagi, yes, for your rules, you have seen Furbolg, you have interacted with Furbolg.
Yeah,
They
that's-
are a little more populous on the other continent. Which you have been to. I haven't given you that lore. But you have seen Furbolg.
Okay.
I made a bunch of Nagi decisions and then promptly didn't tell you about any of them.
Nice.
That's just how it goes sometimes when you DM. I've done it too.
Wait, we need a reverse meme of the Bernie Sanders thing. Jamie,
Players.
once again asking Parker to send me Nagi's backstory.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
Okay.
All of us with our fucking disguised self.
Oh,
I can do that too.
Oh my
yeah,
god.
shit.
Nagi cannot do that, so she is just creating ice sculptures.
Oh, bless.
Oh.
Not only
I think
Nagi
Can
is
I
so
do
wholesome.
that?
doing that, and he keeps picking at the fish, just looking between the shenanigans.
yeah, not only can I do that, but I can do that since I'm a furbolg.
You can.
Oh
I
yeah.
can do it.
It's a racial
One-
ability, I think.
Yeah, it's a racial ability, and I can do it once per short rest.
No.
Oh no.
Bastardry
I can also turn invisible.
Yep.
Mhm.
for a round. Or
sick.
7 seconds or whatever it is. 6 seconds.
6 seconds.
That's
Until
enough,
the start
though,
of next
If you want to be
turn.
bastard.
And your dinner happens. It is filling. I'm going to say, Alex, because you know you are vegetarian, you make sure to pack good proteins
Yes.
as part of your ration kits. So you're fine.
Okay.
Without fish.
Okay. Thank you.
Listen, I have dietary restrictions. I make sure to plan for them. I know it as well. So,
And that's on being responsible.
and I'm gonna say I don't know
That's the
much
word
about
I know.
Alex. I don't know much about Alex, but I'm pretty sure he at least knows how to pack food for himself.
Yes. Alex does not share my dietary messiness.
Okay. And watches.
Aster volunteering to take the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Nagi will take second.
Nin will take first watch with Aster, not because she's any good, because she wants to give him advantage.
Julius can take a third if somebody wants. He's not the best at perception, but
Irene will go with Julius.
alright.
Okay, is that our watch order?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Once again, Alex gets away with no watch.
He's very tall. He needs a lot of sleep.
Is that how it works?
That is how it works.
Isn't that how it works?
That is
I'm
how it
going to
works.
disagree.
No, that's exactly how it works.
Yeah, you have a bigger
I mean,
moderated.
Jahat, you are fairly tall and you do need a fair amount of sleep. So
Yes, but that's for other reasons.
No, it's because you're tall.
Anyway,
TK's right.
first
Yeah.
watch with Aster and Nin.
Yep. So I will roll that at advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Can we say
and then
we
we'll
had a short rest so I can get my hit dice and my spells back just in case he's...
Sure.
Right, I have no idea how many spells. Well, I know I used some of my second level yesterday. I don't actually entirely remember what
It's fine.
at advantage. The D&D Beyond dice roller does not like me because that was a pair of 7s.
No,
Oof.
right.
So I guess I'm going to be rolling physical dice.
Rip you. You sit in the half dark with Nagi. Not Nagi, Nin, sorry. Fuck, I'm doing it now.
It's all good.
See? Yeah, there's a reason we make that rule.
Nin, it is quiet. Both Nin and Aster, it is quiet. You can just hear the sounds of crickets, some frog calls, some bird, but your watch passes without incident.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, who is taking second?
Nagi.
Unless there's bastardry in character y'all had plans for, but I don't think so.
No, I think Nin is just making, she's using silent image to, I don't know, make crocodiles or something circle around in the swamp. But she's not actually gonna...
Oh.
She doesn't actually have any plans.
Yeah. So I think at the end of the watch, Aster's kind of Nicole, you can head to bed. I'll wake the others. I'll wake up Nagi for second watch.
Okay. She just kind of gives him a look. But she'll go to sleep, and she's gonna go up into a tree again.
Okay.
Yeah. Once he's sure that she's at least somewhat out of sight, he's going to just very quickly and briefly sit down and write up and send off.
Yep. The
About
way
today, including a question about Kuatoa, including asking about Kuatoa. I don't know if he expects to get anything back, but
Mhm.
it's just
That's fair. Send me that question. You write up your report, roll it up, and send it off into the ether as normal.
yeah.
Very normal about it's very routine for you, so you get it done in just
Oh yeah.
I don't know, 10-15 minutes.
Yeah. Get up, dust himself off, and just gently go. Sort of very lightly tap the side of Nagi's bedroll and, Miss Nagi, it's your watch.
Thanks, kid. She says as she gets up and just kind of sits up looking very tired and at the breadboard.
Considering what I know about Naki's age.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
then she just kind of she'll just start doing, taking watch and let what's his name again? Aster, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
ask her to go to sleep.
Okay, you roll. You please roll your
Okay. Oh, okay. 21.
Yeah, you sit.
Do you have dark vision?
Oh no, I don't. Oh no. The other one was higher, so yeah, 1.
You you sit there in the dark. And you're you can't see exceedingly well, but there's something about the way the water is in this area that you can almost kind of sense otherwise. Your connection to the elements sort of helps you out a little bit. Not enough to not give you disadvantage, but I'm flavoring things.
Yum.
Anyway, you sit there in the dark, and your watch passes without an incident.
Mm-hmm. Then she'll wake up Julius and what's Granny's name again?
Irene, but you can really just call her Granny.
Yeah. She'll wake up Mima and Julius and tell them about the the thing in the water and to be careful. That there's just stuff in the water.
Julius just
Thank you,
grunts.
dearie. You have a good rest now.
She's already asleep.
Good, okay.
God, I wish that were me. I
She's
wish
so
I had the ability to just
fast.
sleep on a fucking.
Drop of a
Okay.
hat. Julius like looks at you, Irene, and blinks like sleepily and says, "How good are your eyes? I'm feeling exhausted still."
Well, perhaps they're better than yours, dear.
I'll do what I can.
She's 242 years old and not a single goddamn cataract. What's perception? There we go.
Wherever she sits down, he'll sit like opposite with his back to her and just like flop down and just stare into the distance.
Snowball is in her lap right now and probably looking over her shoulder occasionally to judge you. Just a guess.
He just like glances over his shoulder and just watches her back.
15 ain't great, but it's something.
It's better than the 3.
Yeah, it's not better than that nat 1. You don't know what Nagi's talking about, there being something in the water. It seems very calm to you. Your watch passes without incident as well.
Tasty.
And the morning comes.
Long rest.
Here comes the sun.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Spells. Regaining spells. That shit's crazy.
Wow, who would have thought?
I think this is the wording of the question. If it's not the exact wording, it's the general sentiment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Julius does the whole routine of like waking up and stretching.
He was the last watch.
Well, yes, but he's actually waking himself up. It took him some hours.
He was just half asleep the whole time.
Now the watch is over. He's like,
There was that nat 1, so that kind of.
Yeah, that kind of.
He just
Snowball
stretches
was the
like
one
a
really
cat.
helping Irene.
He basically just watched her back, but really didn't pay attention. There was just the me from the Delphier music in his head.
Classic Delphier tune, the me theme.
Yes. That's just what was going on in his
now.
head.
And you wake up.
Terribly excited.
Aster is also probably doing stretches in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you gotta limber up when you're as buff as he is.
What excuse does Julius have? He's got nothing to strength.
He's just a weak bitch. I don't know what to tell him.
Some people can meditate and relax by sitting down. Other people need to move.
You're telling me.
Oh.
Weird question. Has Nin ever seen a tiefling?
Yes.
Okay.
There were, so where you come from, there are a lot of people in your situation,
Okay.
or at least very similar situations. Some less happy and free as yours. And there were one or two tieflings in that bunch.
Okay.
Oh.
Me desperately trying to skip around giving anyone's backstory away, trying to explain things.
No, that's fair. I makes sense.
Asta does also spend a few minutes sort of tucked up, hand wrapped around the medallion, as he shuffles through his spells.
You have not gotten an answer yet, by the way.
Yep, that's fine.
She busy.
Julius is curious, but he's trying
that's-
very hard not to seem like he's watching Aster do things.
Does it
Okay.
just
I'm gonna
look like
address
he's
that in a
reading,
second,
or-
but I'm gonna address that in a second, but I can hear Mum making pained noises, and I think she just called for me, so I'll be back in a second.
Okay.
Aster is more kind of hunched up in a corner with his hand around his medallion, like focusing.
Okay.
Little sparks of spells. It's probably not unlike what Alex might be doing.
Gotcha.
To prep for a day of being a cleric.
Julius just nods and is thinking to himself, man, it sure is nice that I don't have to prepare spells because I'm a dumb bitch.
Samesies.
Oh yeah, I think Irene is just sort of glancing through a scrapbook that she has with her.
Oh yes! I forgot that's her wizard book, isn't it?
Yep. Yep, her spellbook is a scrapbook, and she's just sort of looking over it for the day. Just glancing at some memories and thinking about how amusing they were.
It's fucking incredible.
And you get up for your last day of travel down the Splinter Road.
Fuck yeah.
Can't wait to get out of the bog.
The longer you travel today, the less gross it is. The ground starts to firm up. It's still marsh and it's still mud, but the farther you go, the less and less like wading through mud you get, and eventually Irene can even get down off of whoever's shoulders and
Excellent.
travel along pretty solid ground.
Oh yeah, for reference, Nagi would freeze any like mud or water she would have to walk through, just so she didn't. Yeah.
The problem being that doesn't last very long. So you can do it for yourself.
Oh yeah, no.
But like,
Oh,
you can't
yeah.
like make an extra path for Irene.
Oh no, she's just doing it for herself.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Everyone else is shit out of luck.
The thing is, like, it melts pretty quickly after Nagi is done walking past it. So it's like, I don't know if Nagi would if she could, but she can't.
Yeah, that's only a cantrip, so.
I am not giving you the fuck bog ability.
No,
That's
you
called
get
water walking.
no, you
Yeah.
get soggy shoes and you deal with it. Juicy.
But you eventually hit, it starts off as wood planks, but then it starts to become a lot more like that graveled stone, that started out the Splinter Road, and you get the sense you're coming up on Strade's Gallows.
Very exciting.
Julius just throws his hands up like, yes!
Are the fucking fish people still following us?
Yes.
About how far
No.
back?
They start off about like 20 feet back, but then as you get closer and closer to Strade's Gallows, they start falling back more and more and more, and by the time the road you're on turns from loose gravel to a lot more regulated stone, you cannot hear them anymore.
Aw.
Don't
They
trust
seem
that.
to not want to approach the town.
Yeah, makes sense. They're more civilized there. I'm sure they aren't.
Well,
I'm sure they aren't welcomed by people, anyways, because people are rude.
I mean, who wouldn't want a bunch of maniac Animal Crossing villagers calling new things their god every day?
I don't know. I thought they were neat.
I thought they were a bit slimy.
Well, they seemed very honest, at least.
Well,
Ixalia has been moving a little bit weird today.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
But I think she kind of gets used to it pretty quickly in the walk and is fine after that.
Xalia's going to be Crabsalia.
Uh-oh. God.
Damn it.
Y'all have just about hit Straight's gallows, Josh, is what has happened.
I told you guys she's turning into the thing.
Yeah, clearly she is.
Uh-oh.
I was right.
Guess we
Yep.
have to kill her.
No.
I wonder if a greater restoration would help.
Guess we have to kill the fish people.
I have lesser restoration.
I have a feeling that's not going to cut it.
Restorations aren't gonna help this.
She's
I
a
know how
god.
Kuato will work out of character, and I don't want to spoil it.
She's
so.
a god. Can't
Gotta-
restore
She's
that
basically
shit.
a god.
Gotta dismantle
She's
their face.
Exactly.
So being
we
a
need to
god is a
polymorph her
terminal
into a
illness.
goldfish.
Got it.
That's the solution.
Sorry,
Anyway.
I'm sending a PM to
Of
Amy.
exactly how Ixalia is fucking dying.
Hold on, how the fuck do you spell this word?
Oh,
What a
mood.
mood.
I actually also need to pull up my campaign notes because I was like, oh, I know what the swamp is, and then I forgot that you're gonna hit the town today, and I need those notes.
Well,
Proud of you.
God, I used to be so good at spelling. I don't know what happened.
Same.
Oh fuck, motherfucker.
I think I just got used to spell check.
Same.
Are you okay, PK? I heard you make pain noises.
I'm good. I did a stupid thing. We good though.
Oh,
You-
please
you
tell
sure?
me you didn't pop a rib.
I did not pop a rib. I
Okay,
hit my
good.
funny bone really hard on my
Oh,
desk and it went no.
Oh,
Oof.
I'm a clumsy motherfucker.
that's a mood though. Ugh.
And then suddenly, almost out of nowhere, you all turn a corner in the road, and as you look down past the way, you can see what looks like the side of a building, not a building, like a town wall rising up in front of you, made out of stone, with the gate.
Hell yes.
There is a sign, a little bit, about halfway between you and the wall, that says, "Welcome to Straid's Gallows." And underneath are the usual town instructions. Approach the gate, give your names, your intentions. They'll want to know if you have, like, magic items on you. If you're here for business, what's your business? If you have delivery, what is it? What's it for? That sort of thing. Basic instructions on when you enter a new town, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Ah yes.
We are making a delivery.
Classic.
Yep. So who wants to do the talking, or do we all have to do the talking? I'll take the silence as
I
a
was
lead.
last session, so.
Hello.
Okay, I'll do it, I guess. Julius will
Hello?
approach. Hello?
You
Okay.
approach the town gate, and there is There are like 2 guards stationed on the other side of the gate. They're kind of like slumped against the wall. You get the sense they don't get a lot of business, and so this is kind of like nap duty.
Yep.
And then as you approach, one of them kind of looks up and goes, "Oh, hail!"
Hail? Oh my
Welcome to
goodness.
Straits Gallows.
Fine place so far. Lecter Anranth. We are here with a delivery of Rose Whistle.
He looks at like the other guardsman, and the other guardsman kind of shrugs and goes, yeah, for soda, right?
Yes.
Alright, hold on a second." And he like slips in the gate and then comes back out a minute later with like a small clipboard. And he asks you some questions like, how much Rose Whistle do you have, like, in pounds? And
Mm-hmm.
you can give an accurate answer or an inaccurate answer if you want.
He'll give an accurate answer. It's not necessarily their things. If they get in trouble for stuff, it's the other people's fault.
Yeah. He asks you to confirm like who you're bringing it from. I presume you give him the name Kamala Streams.
Yes.
And then he asks everyone's names.
Julius obviously gave the alias.
Yes.
Irene gives her full legal name.
Yep. Ashley gives Asta gives Ashley Vaughn. Blah.
He kind of glances at you and goes, anyone is legal guardian?
Me.
Make a deception check.
Oh,
Can I offer help on that?
Sure, what do you say?
It's temple business. He's my guardian from the temple.
Okay, you get advantage.
Yes. Deception?
Yes.
Excellent.
Oh. Uh-oh.
I know you think of
15!
Oh yeah!
Is that good enough?
Where are my dice? There they are.
Oh my gosh, there's
I mean-
2 natural ones.
Um,
That could have happened.
you know what? Actually, yeah, he just kind of nods and, I think he spots your lotus symbol, Aster, and just goes, "Okay, sure, whatever. Those people are weird."
Okay.
Um,
Hey, I'll take it.
Also,
We
it
did
makes
it,
sense.
folks.
It makes
We
sense
did
that a
it,
death
Reddit.
god would be coming here if kids were dying. It makes sense that somebody who's related with, like, a death god would be coming to a place where kids are dying a little bit.
Yeah, but he also doesn't want to question it because the DCO is weird.
Yeah.
I mean, clerics in general are weird. Let's.
Mm-hmm. But the DCO is especially weird.
also, these guys are probably like minimum wage guards, right? Like, do
Yeah.
they really give a shit?
They want to go back to sleep.
As long as you don't
Nap
cause them
duty.
pain.
What other names are given?
Nin will give the name North.
Okay.
Nagi will give the name Ayaste.
Alex, what name do you give?
Alex?
Okay. He kind of jots this all down. With the exception of the question about Aster, he doesn't really, like, question much. Again, he is, like, minimum wage.
Yeah.
He does
He's here
go,
to make sure that the child had someone taking responsibility.
yeah, that's about it. He does go, alright, spellcasters, dude. Are any of you spellcasters?
I have clerical magic.
Alright,
Julius raises his hand and says, same.
alright.
Nin says nothing.
I forgot that I was a spellcaster, but Irene would say that yes, she is. I don't know. I don't know what she would say. How would she describe herself? She doesn't think of herself as a wizard. She does some little spells here and there.
Julia's a big fat liar who says he's a cleric.
It's fine.
Alex
Um,
doesn't say anything.
he just kind of nods and he goes, "Magic items to announce."
Shakes
None
his
for
head.
me.
I don't think so.
No focuses, nothing.
Not unless my symbol counts.
I already cracked that kid, but thank you.
I don't know if I have a. I guess I do have a focus, but she's not going to offer it up.
Yeah. He just kind of nods and goes, "All right." Like, it's not uncommon for spellcasters to not have focuses. He's just checking.
Yeah, Alex can pass as not saying anything because he's got the armor and the big warhammer.
Mm-hmm. He's basically, you can tell he's just following like the checklist on the sheet.
Yeah, valid.
So like he marks down that like one holy symbol, DCO, that kind of thing, and then just goes, "All right, if there's nothing else to declare, welcome to town." And he opens the gate for you all.
All right.
All right.
Julius saunters in.
The
Has to make sure to stick moderately close to Alex because meaning that this is my supervision.
Mm-hmm. You head inside.
Both our clerics are beefy.
They are.
They're beefy lads.
16 strength, baby.
You head inside the main gate, and the first thing you see is just inside the walls. Is a small cabin next to a pond, and the pond is connected to a river that runs outside the gate. You would have seen it. The trees and shrubs are very well trimmed. The pond has a small brook. It leads out under the wall and back to the marsh and the river. There's an older fella just kind of there with a cane. He looks like a groundskeeper type, but he just kind of gives you a nod as you pass.
I was
And
just
then-
gonna give him a nod and a little wave in turn.
And the other major building in this little area, it's like a small gated area, kind of like a like there's the gate you walked into, and then there's a gate on the other side. It seems like it's a small like holding area, like close one gate before you open the other one, kind of thing. And the other building in this little section is a 2-storied white building with a shingled roof. There's a circle of well-trimmed trees around it. And there's a sign in front of the thing that says Town Hall. Sign in at the desk. The guard goes, "You don't have to at the hall. That's just for people going to Town Hall. You're fine." There is a woman. Actually, no, I lied. There is no woman.
There is no woman.
She mysteriously disappears as quickly as she came.
Oh, good. Ghost. Exactly what we need.
And then towards the other end of the gate, the guard kind of gives you the, "We'll close this one, you can get in a second." And he shuts the gate behind you all, and there is the gate in front of you.
Tasty.
Is Asta still holding the box of roses, or did it get transferred to someone else?
You're still holding it.
Okay.
You should probably figure out where this goes to.
As you head towards the second gate, there is another contingent of watch there. 2 more kind of young-looking people. One's a woman, one's a sort of a mannish kind of figure. They are talking to someone dressed in what doesn't look like watch uniform, but as he turns his head and looks over, you see there is the badge of the watch stitched onto the left breast of his cloak. He is what looks like a half-elf man, sort of thin, but sort of well-coiffed brown hair, dark eyes, cloak, nicely dressed, but not, like, officially. Like, he kind of looks like he might be, like, an officer of the Watch, whereas, like, some of these other guys are kind of just, like, the Watch members. Like, this
Squints.
guy has a little bit of a rank. And next to his feet, rising up to about his mid-thigh, is what looks like a large black panther.
Ooh.
Oh.
Is this guy
Oh, whoa.
attractive?
Uh-oh.
Damn it.
You said well-coiffed hair, and I was like, Julius would pay attention to that at least.
He's kind of average looking.
Okay, then there's no need to fan himself.
Well, okay, if he's average looking, does his personality carry the rest of it? For
Yeah.
him? Or-
No, his personality actually seems to make it worse, because he
Oh,
kind of has
no.
that sort of, like, look on his face as he looks
All
you.
yours, Julius.
Oh, he makes a gagging noise and the bat goes through it.
He kind of crosses his arm as you approach, and he goes, "Welcome to Straits Gallows."
Seems like a nice warm welcome.
There's kind of like a little kind of sort of dismissive sort of noise, and he looks over you all and he goes, "What are you here for?"
Delivering some rose whistle to save some kids.
You say rose whistle, and he looks at the box and he sees that it says rose whistle across the top, and he goes, "All right, cool. I'll take that for you."
No, actually, we are to hand this off directly to the client. This does not have your name on this box, does it?
He goes, "Don't worry.
Let's insight this,
Yeah, kind
motherfucker.
of inside check him. Is he telling the truth? Is he telling the
Yeah.
truth?
I feel
I'm
like
also gonna insight.
I feel
Yeah.
like the first thing he gets, he's gonna fucking dump it in the swamp.
I got a 23. Is he telling
Julius,
the
you
truth?
motherfucker!
Julius, you can't read this man for shit."
Back at it again with the bad
Can I,
rolls.
can I
I keep-
try and read this, man?
Sorry, I keep forgetting to roll on roll 20. Roll 20. I'm so sorry.
It's
I keep
fine.
rolling. I keep rolling on Avray. Not Avray. Dice. D&D Beyond.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're getting all the luck on D&D Beyond. That is a 24 for me as well.
What did Alex roll?
I need to press the button. That's still on advantage, so ignore.
Okay. Alex, you kind of get this kind of... You don't really get intent behind it, but you're kind of like, this man seems kind of, shady.
Okay.
Nagi and Aster, you kind of get the sense of, like, if he takes it, it'll get to the temple eventually.
No, it's okay. We already came this far. We can take it the rest of the way.
Plus, we won't get our payment if we don't deliver it ourselves.
He kind of, he sort of crosses his fingers, not his fingers, his arms, and he looks at all of you and he goes, "I'm sorry. I don't know if you've noticed. I'm an officer of the Watch. You can trust me with the rose whistle."
Hey, cab.
Julius
say that to
crosses
his
his
face?
arms and he says, "And I'm an officer if I don't give a shit."
He goes, "Well, isn't that interesting?"
What, that we want to get
I
paid for our labor? We walked days through marsh. We're getting our asses there to hand this over directly to get our payment.
"I think I'd like to search your belongings."
Julius glares and he's like, "Fine, you can search my belongings."
He holds his hand out for your bag.
He will take it and he will give it
Is
to
there
you.
Is there like a probable cause law in this country or
Do you
something?
think
Like
there's
what's
laws?
There is not, unfortunately.
up?
Julius will just like mention as he's handing over the bag, and he says, I mean, I left some nasty kind of rations in the bottom there, but you know, it's what it is. I had some fish.
That's fine. He takes the bag, he opens it up at the top, glances in, and then upturns it over, and all of your stuff hits the ground.
Hold on. What can Julius do here? He's going to mage hand, and grab, what would he grab that fell? Probably, like, his rations?
Make a dexterity check.
Okay.
Make a dexterity check, but with your spellcasting modifier.
Okay.
So I guess that's more of a mojo check. Just make a spellcasting check.
Spell check, so that would be... So with a
Charisma.
plus... Like, so with my spell attack bonus, basically?
Yes.
Okay.
Ah.
15.
You manage to like grab the rations, but everything else tumbles out onto the ground, and the panther sort of takes a couple of steps forward and starts to like sniff through your stuff and like turns things over with its nose. And Dart kind of looks down at it and like kicks something with his foot, like a piece of rope or something, and just goes, "All right." Drops your bag and looks at the next member in line, probably Nagi, and holds his hand out.
Julius is going to ask, as the panther is, like, finished doing things, he's gonna say, am I allowed to pick my things up now, officer?
He doesn't answer you. He's looking at Nagi and being like, "Your stuff?"
Julius is just gonna shake his head and do it anyways. Tail lashing back and forth.
Nin is going to cast Charm Person on this man.
Yeah,
Okay.
Julius was gonna do a command, but that lasts way too short.
Jamie, are you here? Jamie?
Oh no, we lost. Did we lose?
Oh no!
Jamie?
I don't hear Jamie.
What's up?
Okay.
There you are. Dart was trying to like be like, "Give me your shit." What does-
No.
What does Dart have to roll for Charm Person?
Let's make a Wisdom saving throw. And
If you
beat a
fail,
14.
Julius might do it also.
Yeah. So.
I think a 9 fails.
Yeah, that would
Yes.
fail.
Actually, wait, he has advantage.
Of course.
And he still
does.
fails.
Bastard.
He kind of blinks, and there's a slight sort of haze that goes over his eyes, and he looks at you, Nin.
You're being very unpleasant right now, and I think really you just want to turn around and, mind your own business. We haven't done anything wrong.
Because you ran into a bastard cop, PK, is why.
What the fuck, lads?
Yeah.
What the fuck,
Well, that's
lads?
because all cops are bastard.
I mean,
Well, yes.
During this, Julius has been trying to put his stuff in his bag, by the way.
You clearly don't know how to treat guests.
This officer, his arms kind of drop to his sides and sort of hang there, and he just kind of goes, yeah, you know what? That sounds like a pretty good idea. And he, like, turns around and his back is to you. The panther kind of, like, looks up at him and then looks at you, and you hear the of this thing. And it, like, swats its tail against this officer's leg. I need to check. And it is like hissing at you.
Then we'll just hiss back at it.
It crouches down, like its like hackle sort of raised,
Oh, kitty.
Aster's
And-
gonna try and help Lecter get his stuff back in his bag.
As it starts to, its tail is sort of thrashing back and forth and starts to, there is a voice that calls out from Town Hall, and there is this woman who is now on the porch of Town Hall, sort of dressed in like a very sort of plain, sort of gray dress, like gray hair pinned up, and she goes, "Officer Slipfoot, control your animal." And this man kind of goes, he like looks at the woman and kind of like gives another little dismissive sort of noise. But he motions towards the animal, and it kind of like is a little unhappy, but it like sits back down on its haunches, but is glaring at all of you.
Julius, I feel like, has been mimicking the cat with the flicking tail. His is doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And the woman sort of, she turns her head towards a little bit farther down the wall, and she goes, "Captain Horror, would you..." And she motions towards the situation, and as you look towards the way she was talking, there is a half-orc gentleman who has been leaning up against the wall and watching everything go down. And he sort of stands up, and he walks towards you all, and he goes, "Sorry, Miss Castor." And he sort of smiles at all of you. And this fella is, this man called Hara. Sort of pale-skinned, scruffy, brown hair. He too has the watch badge, embroidered on what looks like a leather jerkin that he's wearing. And he kind of smiles at all of you, goes, "I'm sorry about, Officer Slipfoot here." And he sort of pats Slipfoot on the shoulder, and Slipfoot kind of pulls his shoulder away, and he goes,
Bless, thank you.
he goes, "I was just on my way to Town Hall. I see we have visitors to town."
Yes.
He sort of pats, he kind of like puts like one very large hand on like Slipfoot's back and kind of pats him again and goes, "Why don't you go run these two through a couple more drills, Slipfoot?" And Slipfoot kind of goes, "Whatever," and motions towards the other two watch people, and they head back through the gate away from you all. And this half-orc gentleman kind of... Slipfoot can be a little rough sometimes, but he means well. He just wants to protect the town.
Julius raises an eyebrow.
He holds his hand out towards you, Julius, and he goes, "Captain of the Watch."
What?
Fortin Hara, Captain of the Watch.
Julius will hold out his hand and say, "Lecter Anronth. We're here to deliver, Rose Whistle." Jeez, my brain just died for a moment.
He looks over at the box and he goes, "Well, excellent. We've been waiting on this delivery."
Julius breathes an internal sigh of relief for the not bastard orc. At least for now.
I suppose you're all heading to the temple then.
Yeah.
We are, yes. We're...
He nods and goes, "Alright, come on, I'll escort you."
Julius will follow after him.
Aster is again gonna stay fairly close to Alex at this point.
When Officer Slipfoot turns around, Nin's going to use prestidigitation to soil 1 square foot of
God.
area, and that area is just going to be the back of his pants.
Fantastic.
Oh my god.
If
I
he
love
notices
Nin
you
so
don't know,
much.
but he does walk off like that.
I think Julius would hang back just a little bit to be near Nin and just mutter, "You are my official favorite person."
She looks like she doesn't know how to respond to that.
North. I like that better than Nickel.
I think they're both good names.
They're decent.
Hara has turned to you, Aster, and he goes, and up at Alex, and he goes, "What, this your, uncle?"
We're traveling together on Temple Orders.
His eyes light on your little, lotus flower, and he goes, "Oh, DCO."
Just training. Out for some practical experience. My bosses figured a courier job would some good. Learn the lay of the land. Get to know people.
He nods and he goes, "Haven't had one of you all in this area for a while. Soda's mostly been handling anything. Not really big enough of a town for a whole death temple." And he leads you all past the portcullis.
Yay! We officially entered.
The town you see initially, the vibe I can kind of give off is, if you kind of know what I'm talking about when I say something like, Bayou Swamp, Louisiana town.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very sort of old, wooden, slightly crumbling buildings, most of which have been propped up and, like, repaired multiple times. The ground here seems fairly shored up and solid, but the swamp is feet away from entering town, basically. A row of houses line the street before leads you down. Sort of one-story little things. In one
Country town?
sort of, kinda, yeah.
The music is so loud in my ears. Hold on.
I can turn it down.
You can change the master volume yourself, too. With the little spoke cog on the thing that brings
No,
you
yeah,
the
I got it.
Okay.
I
I
would
cannot
slap.
hear the music because I'm not in roll 20. I will possibly have a listen.
It's very good.
This will be the landing page music for while you're in town.
Okay.
Excellent.
The in one of the building windows, you see what might look like a goblinoid face, and Hara sort of holds a hand out that direction and says something in Goblin. I don't know if any of you speak Goblin.
Nope.
Nope.
Sure don't.
I
Nope.
only know Infernal and Common.
He holds his hand out, and then he kind of gives a sharp little, and the goblinoid figure comes out of the house. It is a little bit bigger than Irene. Sort of in sort of a ramshackle sort of leather and metal armor, has like the guard, the watch brand on his shield that he carries. This little goblin sort of dashes up to Hara And then when he gets there, he sits on the ground next to Hara, almost dog-like.
Hmm.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah,
You
that's... I feel the same way.
I would, but Irene doesn't insight check things.
Oh, man.
That's a 19 for me.
Mm-hmm.
God, Julius, roll above a 10, my dude!
Julius rolled above a 10.
He's literally rolled less than a 10 on, like, everything. He rolled a 9 on that last check he did. Oh my god.
Julius, you don't know what's going on, but you get kind of a bad vibe. Aster, you don't fucking like this.
Yeah.
The way that Hara seems to kind of be motioning towards this goblin who Hara goes, this is, Lank, he's one of the other officers. As if this goblin is no more than a household pet.
Oh no. Sorry, all the redeemable qualities you had, my dude, are gone.
You get the sense that he's almost kind of trying to portray, like, a level of authority with, like, a little
Well,
uncomfortable
it just
sort
cements
of
Aster's
vibe.
opinion. Sir, here's the thing, and this is purely out of character. You're gonna start getting some salty Aster very soon.
Oh
As
yeah?
soon as we're away from these fuckers.
Julius is gonna be the
He's
same.
gonna have opinion.
Hara just goes, don't worry about Lank. He'll, keep up the rear. And, says something else to Lank in this sort of harsh language, and Lank sort of scampers to the back of the group. And as Hara leads you down, this street, Lank follows behind. Now, on the opposite side of the housing, there is what rises up a very large sort of wall behind which you can see the tops of an estate. There is a guarded gate that you pass, and there is a nameplate next to the gate that reads Corelio Estates. I'll give you that name.
Is the name Corelio at all familiar?
Roll history. Hara kind of goes, that's the Corelio house.
Also a 9.
No, not really.
Yeah, that's tough. So they're a this town only sort of deal.
He goes,
Okay.
rich folks, closest thing to, like, a mayor you might get. Technically, it's supposed to be Old Man Castor, but money talks, you know?
Sure does.
You know, there's actually a gala going on tonight in the estate, but, you all should be out of town by then.
Is that a suggestion, or...?
He just shrugs and goes, just best for logistics.
Why?
Town's not the best if you want to make any money. Venturing types like you are not going to find any work.
Well, it might be all well and good for all these young people to be running back and forth all day, but my old bones might need a rest for the night.
I think staying indoors would do us better than going back into swampy areas.
He puts his hands up and he goes, there is an inn on the other side of town. I was just...
Your concern is so appreciated, dearie. I just really am not sure I could make another, night camping out on the road with my old bones.
My apologies for the
assumption.
assumption.
Some time to recover.
That's fine. I'll show you to the inn after you get done at the temple if you'd like. You pass another town on the other. You walk past that first row of houses, turn a corner, and there's another house. There's this sign reads Half Whistle. And Hara just kind of looks over at the yard and just kind of goes, Weird seeing not seeing all the half whistle kids out.
Oh?
Got a large gaggle of children in that family, but they're all kept inside right now because of the fever and all. Normally you can hear them halfway across town.
Hmm.
And he points to the next house over and he goes, I mean, that family fled, so.
How large is this town actually? Like, just looking at it, what would we think the population might be?
At most 1,000.
Okay. But it's not like it's not, like a couple hovels and.
No, it's
actually.
It's like a small.
It's a proper town, but it's.
Yeah, it's a proper town, but like the sort of town where you kind of generally know everybody.
Okay.
Yikes.
The one past the empty house, there's a single-storied house that is kind of more decrepit than the others, even the abandoned one. It sort of seems shaded, and like the paint on the walls is sort of faded. And in the front yard, there is a tombstone.
Just in the front yard.
Just in the front yard.
Is there?
In...
Oh, is there like a grave with it, or just a tombstone?
You don't know if there is a grave. You can presume there is a grave. Etched into what looks like a fairly nice tombstone is the name Margot Sand.
R.I.P. Margot.
Hara
What
doesn't.
happened there?
Hara wasn't gonna say anything, but now that you ask, he goes, sad story there, actually. Wasn't, in town for it, but, poor girl got killed by a hag, I think. You'd have to ask someone else.
Eesh.
The next building you pass, this looks like a small, like a small schoolhouse, that reads temporarily cancelled across the front.
After winces a little bit.
That's a vibe.
And there's a small house next to it that Hara kind of points out as like the schoolmaster's house. There is a couple more houses that you pass. One of which mostly centered around this well that seems to be boarded up. These houses are kind of a little bit on the nicer side, and then Hara leads you down past the road a little bit and into the other side of town, the urban district of town. This is a lot bigger than the part that you just left. You seem like this is partially like the upper class section of town, and then as you head into this next section, the buildings are a lot more built together, sort of ramshackle, very sort of Louisiana swamp slum kind of vibe. And you have to cross a bridge over a small patch of swamp water river to get to it. And just on the other side of the bridge is what looks like this rising tower of stone. That seems to be almost like protruding from the earth itself. Like if you dug, you would find more tower underneath of it. And Hara points to it and goes, well, there's the temple. You'll find Soto inside.
Thank you
Alright.
very much for your help.
Appreciate the escort.
He nods. And then he sort of like leans against a tree and goes, get on with your business. I'll be here to lead you to the inn when you're done.
Thank you, dear.
Lenk kind of scurries up next to him and like sits down on the ground next to him again in that very dog-like fashion.
Ooh, I don't like.
Yeah.
As we're walking away, because I assume we want to do that as quickly as possible since we all are kind of...
Power walk into the temple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Julius just mutters, okay, this is a fucked up town. I want to leave as soon as possible. Gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Aster just kind of... He almost actually looks as if, but he gives you a sort of absent nod.
That's
Do I
fucked
get a
up, right?
vibe?
He whistles to that goblin like it's a dog, right? That's fucked up, right?
Can we
Do I
talk
get a
about it?
vibe from the goblin?
Make an insight check on the goblin.
But what was Aster saying?
Can we talk about it?
Nope.
Did you say talk about it
This is
later?
actually This is actually the sharpest you've heard him sound. He asked if we can talk about it in the temple.
Julius will just kind of like cross his arms a little bit and nod once.
Nin, you get a little bit off the goblin, and it's very no thoughts, head empty.
I don't get. This doesn't feel familiar from other things I've seen or others.
No, this is no thoughts, head empty.
Okay.
They don't know it's mistreatment.
Do you approach the temple?
Yeah, Aster's gonna head towards the temple. Box still on his shoulder.
The door to the temple is like a stone door, but it is kind of propped open a little bit. Like whoever's inside knows that the door kind of sucks, and so doesn't want to let it
Yeah.
close 100% of the
That's
way.
fair.
If there's some kind of knocker, Aster will.
Yeah, there's a small knocker, and you kind of grab it and just kind of rap twice. And there's a hold on a second. And then a moment or two later, there is a figure at the door. Sort of a dark-skinned male figure. A couple of tattoos down his arms that you can see, and sort of a tank top sort of shift thing that he's wearing. Head full of like dark hair. He goes, can I help you?
We're looking for Master Lee Soto. We have a delivery.
He smiles and he says, that would be me. Is that the rose whistle?
It is. May we step inside?
He nods and he opens the door and he ushers you all inside.
Yeah.
Yes.
He kind of shuts the door behind you and he goes, come, let's, do our business. And he sort of looks at the door and spots that Hara is sort of standing out there, and kind of jerks his head to the side a little bit. And without really another word, he kind of kicks over a rug a little bit with a foot and reaches down and pulls open what looks like a trapdoor.
Julius just sighs and he's like... Julius sighs and he says, you have no reason, but that trapdoor just made me feel much better.
He glances at the door and kind of gives you like a pained smile and motions down the fucking stairs.
Yeah. Julius is
Aster's
gonna
start going
jump
down. He
ship.
doesn't know if the others are gonna follow, but he's gonna start.
Why are you thrilled, PK?
Julius yeets himself into the hole. Oh yeah?
Because secret basement.
I made you wait so long for a secret basement. You're giving us a secret basement session 3. I love it.
The basement underneath the temple is it's very small, like a very sort of narrow room. It's kind of half storage space, but then Soto kind of moves aside a panel of wood, and behind it you can find a small desk. And a couple of chests behind there.
Alright.
Yeah, I think Asta's gonna set the rose whistle down on the desk.
Mm-hmm.
So
He walks over to the box and sort of examines it, and cracks open the top of the thing, and as soon as he sees the plants, there is this, like, exhale of relief.
So, am I right in assuming that whatever business is about, you the giant McFucker out there involved?
He kind of looks at you and he goes, "Is it that obvious?"
He's a piss poor commanding officer who treats one of his subordinates like a pet.
Oh yeah, and that Slipfoot lad tried to make sure that he would take the box. We weren't gonna fucking have it, so
He curses. He curses in a language you don't know.
dumped my shit on the ground, which, I mean, that's valid. I'm kind of a sketchy
he was
person,
doing
but
a power trip, and
he's high on his own
Hera
supplies, what
allows
he
it
is.
for being that fucking blatant. Hera either doesn't know shit, or he allows it. He's
This
a piss poor
child-
commanding officer.
This child is just cursing in front of you, by the way.
He's going
Yeah.
off.
This
And his
infant
tone
is
has
just
radically shifted.
I'm trying to figure out how Irene would really feel about this.
Julius is proud. He takes it in stride, because he was like this once.
She's not sure he's as old as her kids were when they started swearing, but she doesn't know how human aging works. She's not going to say anything, but she's thinking real hard about it.
I love that it's the swearing that you guys are getting on, not the...
Well, okay, her
This-
children never had axes, so, like, there was, like, no even reasonable benchmark. Maybe human children have axes from any age, but swearing? Her children swear at some
I
point.
was not talking about the axes. I was talking about the commenting on Hera being a piss poor CEO.
I mean,
this baby is swearing. We can't stand by it.
Irene is grandma.
Grandmama.
She has priorities. Child swearing.
God damn it, Julius! Why the fuck are you rolling lower than a 10?
You do
What's
not
Julius rolling?
roll religion check for things. Good news is you don't recognize any of the tattoos.
God bless.
Bad news is you don't recognize any of the tattoos.
That's better than recognizing them. Thank you.
Why does he roll so bad all the time?
I don't know. I wonder, because I rolled with the D&D dice bot thing and it was just fine. He got like a 20.
He goes, "I'm sorry you had to work. You had to deal with them. Please didn't run into Wind Howler."
Oh, there's another one.
He nods. And he just goes, "Thank
So
you."
what's the deal with McFucking number 3?
He goes,
Just so we know.
he kind of goes, you know the bad stereotype around the bardic sort?
Ah.
Thank you all for bringing this, by the way. I didn't manage to say that yet.
You're quite welcome, dear.
It wasn't much of a
We
problem.
wanted to help.
He kind of dusts his hands off from like the wood splinters and offers his hand officially and just goes, "I'm Lee Soto. You can just call me Lee."
Pleasure to meet you, Lee.
Nice to meet you, Lee.
He glances and he sees your pennant and he goes, "DCO, what a strange thing."
Technically unfair. This isn't temple business. At least not mine.
He kind of nods and goes, "I would have wondered what temple bullshit Kamala would have pulled to get DCO on this."
I'm here because I want to help.
honorable kid. He looks at all of you and he kind of thinks for a second. There's a pause as if he's thinking for a second, and he goes, I might have an offer for you.
Oh?
Julius kind of perks up a little.
I have your 500 gold if you want it and you want to leave. That's fine if you want. But you didn't seem to like the watch very much. And I might be able to give you an opportunity to kind of... make life better here for the rest of us.
They're that bad to everyone.
He nods. Life's been...
Asta mutters something uncomplimentary. In some kind of shorthand that you guys may not recognize.
Julius just sighs and says, I'm all for dismantling a government agency.
Soto just goes, it's not the watch in general. The average sort of guard
Just
is
the
not the
officers
problem.
I don't know, a cab, but
He goes, yeah, a cab, but like...
Asta barks a quiet laugh.
He goes, but comparatively, those are town kids that are just trying to make a buck.
Yeah, they're just fucking
Yeah.
bullies.
The officers trash, but day-to-day
I mean-
folks doing their work.
He nods.
What did you have in mind for dethroning them? Knocking them off their high horse.
He kind of looks between all of you with a little bit of a glint in his eye.
Oh, whoa.
He goes, I like you all.
And I like spiting bastards.
Okay. He walks over. He goes over to the desk and he starts pulling out drawers and pulling out pieces of paper. And he goes, "All right, here's the thing. Fortin Hara and his
Cronies?
thank you. Pronies is a better word than I was going to pick, young man. They rolled into town a couple of months ago when the fever started.
Oh.
Offered their protection for a price, and the Corellios, they took it. They were desperate. And now they won't listen to anyone else about how much
long has this
bastards they
fever
are.
going on?
A little less than a year at this point.
Does the dreamless sleep help?
He nods. I don't know how much Kamala told you, but whatever this
Okay.
is, best we can tell.
Whatever it is, kids are susceptible. They running off into the marsh and haven't come back. That's about what.
Yeah, that's about it. We're pretty sure they drowned out there somewhere. We don't know why. It sort of
Julius?
started out of nowhere.
Julius glances at Nagi, who is not here, and mutters, you said something was in the water before. Maybe that's what's getting the kids.
Soto kind of goes, I mean, maybe, but the majority of us have another theory.
Well,
You think
Couple
the
of-
Watchers-
He nods. A couple of bastards show up just in time for the crisis and make a bunch of money off of it. And while they're here, they're around their weight like they're legendary heroes of some sort. They've caused a lot of harm. They do whatever they want, pretty much. I mean, recently they just put old widow Tanty in jail for nothing.
Oh.
Nice old woman lives out behind the temple most of the time. Had a bad run of husbands dying. They seem to think she killed him, but I don't know about that. There's a bunch of us in town trying to get rid of him. But again, the Corellias won't listen.
Huh.
So our offer, we've been looking for someone to maybe try to take these guys down a peg for a while. We can't really seem to do anything from inside, but there's 2,000 gold with your name on it if you get rid of them.
Ooh, Julius
How much?
chokes.
2,000 gold.
Okay, that
Lee,
is
you do not
definitely
look
a
like
lot
a
of
rich
gold,
man,
right?
but that is...
That is
Yes,
more
yeah,
than-
that's a big
that is
number.
4 times as much as 500.
Good
He
God, I could
nods.
retire.
He goes, it's not all from me. It's the Halfless and the Sands and others.
The sounds, that was the house with the...
The tombstone, yeah. Well, I should have just said Gus, but
Well,
house? A tombstone in open view is a bit odd.
it's not a very good story. We can get to it. Don't worry, but I'd like an answer.
Well, I am always a fan of knocking people down a peg.
I'm here for those assholes through the mud.
I am in a similar boat where I enjoy, causing ruckus for those who are assholes.
I'm almost sure Ixalia would fucking agree. As well as Nagi.
Irene would just sort of nod and, well, there are children to be helped. And if causing problems on purpose is the way to do it, it's the way to do it.
Julius just grins. Got some spunk.
He looks at Alex.
Huh?
It's so appropriate.
Do you want to help cause problems on purpose and test some power abusing cop dickheads?
Do you
down
want to
head?
say
Go
a
for it.
cab?
I mean, I've never spent a day not causing problems on purpose.
Oh.
I think the expression that crosses Aster's face is a bit odd. I don't know how to describe it, but it's a bit something.
Constipated.
When you get kind of incensed, Aster, Soto kind of looks at you and looks at the pendant again, and then there's a moment of recognition, and he
gives
just
a very minuscule shake of the head.
he just grins at you. Wonderful. I guess I'll let the network know. Okay.
The network?
Those of us in town wanting to get rid of these.
Oh,
fuckers.
sorry, that wasn't in character. That was. I thought that was something else.
No, just he's referencing the people in town who are like,
Okay.
fuck the watch.
Gotta have a cool
yeah.
name for your group.
That sounded a lot
Network
cooler than
is
it
not a
actually
cool
was.
name.
Freedom Riders.
He grins and he's like, okay. We can't offer.
Ren, you just made me spit soda.
He goes. We can't offer too much without putting our necks on the
Of
line.
course not. You
more
have
than
to
we
live
have. We can offer a bit of money. If you tell Michelle down at the tavern, that I sent you, she'll probably give you a discount. I can give you some information.
That would be much appreciated. Since
we
we're
get
probably
the
going to
payment
need it,
for the
since I don't
delivery
think many
now?
of us have been here before.
What did you say?
Joe?
Is
Esther?
that me or Ren?
Esther.
Can we get the payment for delivery now, just to make sure we can?
He nods, and inside one of the desk drawers, he pulls out a small pouch and hands it over to Julius.
Excellent. Julius will take the money.
Julius is the designated money holder. Are we sure we want the
Is
guy with that luck to have?
Hey,
our
he
money?
gave him the money. Julius is pocketing it.
He's gonna get pickpocketed in 0.2 seconds, and all that gold's gonna be gone.
You guys are perceptive enough. Just keep an eye on Julius.
He goes, "There's your 500. Again, 200 the moment these guys are gone. 2,000 the moment these guys are gone."
We'll do our best. And by gone, you mean kicked out, not... And he kind of, like, makes a little, like, X motion on his throat.
Yes! Yes! Just gone.
Alright, I mean, there's
we
different
understand.
ways to gone people, and that's one of them, so...
What can't we do?
Terms and conditions.
I mean,
Yeah, I like to know terms and conditions.
try not to do anything illegal. Murder
She
is
kind of makes a face at that.
murder is
Like she
almost
doesn't really understand what that means.
murder is most definitely out of the question. Unless, I mean, self-defense, I guess, but like, don't just go straight out and murder them.
That would be boring.
No murder, no arson. Tampering with evidence, maybe?
That's fine.
He kind of makes a face at that.
We'll figure it out.
No arson.
Tasteful flavoring
Well, then
of
what's the
arson is
fucking
good.
point? Alex is out.
So no arson? Flip skateboard.
Just smashes the phone, just slams down on the Warhammer.
He goes, "Alright, I'll be your main point of contact, I guess.
So anything we find, bring back to
He nods.
make sure that the appropriate channels.
He nods. I can get it to the people who do the best with it."
Yep.
Excellent. Well, I guess we should become detectives for the next however long this takes.
He kind of goes, "Alright, what... If you have any questions about town, you can ask me. I'm not exactly native, but I've been here long enough. Anything you need now? I can tell you about the sand story, but I don't know how relevant it is."
I mean, a little bit of info on the, big family, what the hell was their name?
The Corellios.
Corellia.
Thank you, yes. That might be helpful for us, I'm not sure.
I want to hear the story too, if we got time.
I mean, we got time, but probably. Well, first off, the Corellios are... They're not in charge, that's the casters. They're Old Man Caster and his wife, or the mayor and his wife, I guess. But the Corellios, they've owned most of the fishing operations here for forever. So they've got all the money. If you've ever seen a silverfin fish, it's probably from one of their boats. They're all right people. They're trying their best. They just got it in their heads and desperate and over time.
Let's see.
I do have one question, and I don't know. Yes, it's to do with what? And he says that like it's he's.
You cut out
He
there a
says that
second.
basically like Asta has a question to do with the watch, and the way he says watch is very reminiscent of that. I'm not sure if I can get away with swearing again, so I'm just going to call them by their nominal.
That's fair. He nods. At least Odo nods.
What's the deal with the goblin? Lank?
Lank. He... So... I don't know. I don't know what's up with Lank. He showed up with Hara. He doesn't seem to be very smart. Strong as hell, though.
Oh.
If you, he's been known to sort of knock a few things around on Hara's orders.
So, has he been seen outside of anywhere? Because he seems like he's acted like a dog.
Yeah. He's mostly stuck around Hara, but sometimes you can find him wandering town. The Corelio kids like him a lot. He's sweet enough if you get him on his own. He's not.
It's when he's with Hara that this starts to be a problem.
Under orders.
Most people around here kind of treat him halfway between a dog and a slightly special needs child.
Julius looks disgusted.
There's not much else to do with him. He doesn't really talk. They're not mean, but...
And Adagas says the goblin Hara be the rest of the cronies. At a guess, I'd say that maybe the only people who speak.
I've seen Hara talk to
speak
him. I've seen Hara talk to him. I've seen Slipfoot talk to him. I've never seen Windhowler talk to him, but then again, Windhowler spends most of his time at the inn, so.
Drunk?
More than.
Of course.
And just for my notes, Windhowler was like a bard, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that was the
Windhowler
bard,
was a
okay.
bard. Windhowler was a bard who basically embodies a lot of the negative stereotype about bards.
Yeah.
As far as I heard, Windhowler was a man whore.
Sorry, I just tried to type bard, and it just, my finger made it into barf.
He was a barf.
Keep it, you're accurate.
Anything else? Sans, right. I wasn't here for it. I've mostly heard it secondhand from a couple of friends in town. Gus Sand was he lives in that house still. Good friends with the Corellios, owns some of the fishing boats. Wealthy, but not as the Corellios, you know. had a couple of daughters.
Had. What happened? to
Again,
them?
this is before I was in town. There also used to be this old hag lived somewhat out of town, and he motions in sort of the west direction. Old thing named, I think, Tashiba. So, she would halfway a medicine woman, halfway a hag. You know, more dangerous than helpful. Gus was, I think something Gus wanted to, I don't know, I think his boats were failing or something, and he needed to revamp his business, so he went out to Tashiba and asked for good fishing, something. Tashiba wanted his 3 most precious things, and Gus assumed he meant the best boats.
Oh, it took all of his family, didn't it?
Yeah.
Shit.
By the time Gus got back, his daughters were already gone. In a panic, he brought up the town to go hunt the hag down. When they got out there, girls were already turned.
Turned?
Hag.
Well, shit.
This was a very old hag, very powerful. Turned all 3 into hags. The mob killed them all. The only body they managed to recover was Margot's, and Gus buried her outside the house. He's been kind of messed up since.
I wouldn't blame him. That's a bad situation to be in.
Yeah, so.
About how long ago was that?
4 or 5 years?
Okay.
I wasn't in town. I've seen Gus around. I've talked to him a couple of times. He's a nice enough man. He's just haunted.
Yes.
Is she still out there? The hag?
He shakes his head. Town managed to get her too. Strung her up trees. You know, actually, old Baxter was part of that. One of the other things the watch has done, we had a bit of a town carnival, I guess you could call it. Baxter was an old showman. He liked putting on festivals and whatnot. And the watch got into his head that he was responsible for the fever and drove him out.
Of course they did.
Pretty sure he drowned in the swamp too, but Baxter was one of the people involved with Tashiba. They say he strung her up himself. Baxter's been gone for 6 months now. You can still see his building out the other side of town. Smiling gesture, you'll see it.
Right. Well, my brain is jello.
Interesting. All right.
I can't
Well,
think of anything else to ask unless you guys have other ideas.
No, we probably should be going because that dear gentleman is, of course, waiting to give us an escort to the inn. And we wouldn't want to keep him waiting, now would we?
If he's waiting, yeah, probably he'll get suspicious at some point. Probably wants you out of town as fast as possible.
He does. It's quite rude of him, you know. My old bones, they can't make all this walking all the time. I quite insisted he take us to the inn.
Smart.
Got to learn to respect his elders, frankly.
I'd be careful, though. He's probably going to want to try to find a way to get you out.
Oh, he already tried to rush us out. He talked about some sort of gala going on with the other people. And he's like, you'll probably want to leave.
Oh,
So...
yes. What was that?
The Corellios are holding a gala. They're trying to bring up morale in the town, you know?
Oh, yes.
Is it an all people
Well?
invited sort of thing, or do you need an invitation?
He gasps, and he remembers, and he pulls open a drawer. And he pulls out 3 pieces of paper, and he goes, I do have a couple of invitations. They sent them this way for the temple. If you all wanted in, I could get you in, but...
Well, it could be a
That would
good time
work
to embarrass
perfectly
those
to
guards.
do some reconnaissance.
or that.
Those are 2 different strategies.
I'm good at
We'll
distractions.
workshop it on our own time.
I'm good at
what sort of
distractions,
time
not
is
so
it?
good at sneaking, so...
Tonight, after dark sometime.
What's our time at the moment?
At the moment, it is sort of, about noonish.
Okay. Well, if we do want to do that, I don't know if anyone has appropriate clothes, so I probably won't take. I'm not. Big social gatherings like that make me.
You don't have to
Nervous.
take it if
And
you
I
don't want.
I've
It was as much as the rest of the party. Making
gatherings.
the offer to everyone else.
before. I might be able to. Well, I could probably also sneak in. I'm good at that.
I mean, as long as I had a
wouldn't
nicer
recommend
looking
that.
shirt, I probably could make do. I've had lessons on etiquette.
If you want the tickets, they're yours.
I think we should take them.
Yeah, if you're not gonna do
Might be
anything with it.
helpful.
He nods and he hands over the 3 pieces of paper.
Julius
Thank you,
will
dear.
nab them and put them with the gold.
Careful you don't weigh your pockets down too much, dearie.
Julius raises an eyebrow and he says, I have so many pockets.
Good for you.
You should probably get to Hara. If you have more questions, you can come by later, but he'll start looking soon.
Oh, yes.
Let's
Let's
head out.
go.
Stay hidden.
Thank you, for the hospitality and the information, Lee.
He nods. Again, my door's open. Good luck.
Julius just sighs as he gets starts going back up.
He grabs your arm, Aster, as everyone leaves.
Yep.
And waits till everyone else is out of the room.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's fine.
Yoinked our lad.
That is
boy.
a child, sir.
Very quickly, he goes, You sent or really freelance?
freelance employment. I got picked up between jobs.
He nods. I don't have direct connections, but I'll help when I can, yeah?
On that note, is there any that actually any taps that kind of business?
I don't think so. I think it's mostly these actual chuckle fucks. If there was shit involved, I'd tell you.
Thank you.
He nods. They don't know?
We only met about 4 days ago now.
He nods. Alright, if they don't know, I won't tell them. And he'll send you up.
Asta gives that little sort of two-fingered half salute as starts to head back up. I was actually just about to say that he's going to want to talk to Soto.
Soto was already fucking on it.
Yeah.
And you head back upstairs. Hara is kind of like poking his head in the door, or at least starting to when Aster you emerge. And he goes, wondering what was keeping you? Fall in a toilet or something?
Just had so much lovely conversation.
Mr. Soto just wanted to make sure that... I mean, temple folk look out. He just wanted to make sure that I was doing okay.
He nods, and he's like, fair enough, I don't... not really,
Also, I might need to AFK because I think my laptop just arrived.
Ooh.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
Oh
Go
yeah.
right.
He goes, fair enough, I'm not really a temple man myself, so... Alright, to the end, come on.
Thank you, dear.
He leads you through the urban district of town, and again, it's this very sort of built-in ramshackle place. And he takes you to, sorry, I'm looking for the name of this, thing.
Valid.
He leads you to a small building in the center of town called Troutfin Tavern.
Troutfin Tavern.
And there you go. Room for a night will cost you a couple of silver and with food.
We should have that handled. We got
Thank you
payment
so
for
much,
delivery.
dear. Truly appreciate all you've done for us, escorting us back and forth and such.
I'm glad to hear it. If you need anything, don't hesitate to let me know.
Absolutely, you'll be the first one I call.
He smiles at you.
She smiles right back.
Take care now.
He does the very, nod and waits till you walk inside before he leaves.
Cool.
As Julius is walking away, he just mutters, "You'll need it."
Oh. Oof.
The Troutfin Tavern is a nice little place. Very, mom and pop shop kind of vibes.
Yeah.
And there is a tiefling bartender. She is sort of dark purple skinned. She welcomes you. You can arrange rooms with her easy. She does give you a discount with a little
Fuck yeah.
knowing look.
Fuck yeah.
And you are given keys to 4 rooms. She does go, we don't normally get a lot of people, so we don't have a lot of rooms, unfortunately. But you do have 4 between.
That should be plenty. Appreciated. We've stayed in worse.
She nods, and then she gets distracted by someone asking her for like a lunch order.
Hmm.
And you are left alone in the tavern.
How much would did we get an amount for the rooms?
2 silver each.
So that'd be
Alright,
8
so
silver.
8 silver for the lot.
Mm-hmm.
Does that include with meals as well?
Yes, it does include with meals.
Okay.
Excellent.
Tasty.
And eventually she will bring you around like a lunch.
Yeah.
Should we take that out of the party funds then?
Party funds. I mean, presumably, yes.
Okay. So total was what again? It was 800 for the whole?
8 silver.
8 silver.
Or no, I'm talking about our whole amount of
We
money.
got
500.
500.
For the
500, okay.
there was
So-
500 divided by 7, so that's 71 gold each.
Well, I was just gonna say, because
Will
Julius
we-
hasn't taken it out of everybody yet,
Yeah, right now he's
yeah.
just got the sack of 500.
and I was just
so you
gonna
could
do
just dish
the
it out that way.
silver thing, so 2 silver.
Yeah, we
And
have
then-
3 gold spare in the party fund at the moment.
Tasty.
I'm just doing this so that we know, because he was just gonna take the silver out of the party funds, so we all took
We
some.
can split up the
So
$4.99
it'll
and
be
2
about
silver.
a gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately she can't give you rooms for free. She does have to run a business, but
Oh yeah, that's valid.
Unreasonable.
How
We should
dare
get everything for free.
you guys?
We
What's
aren't
our
that
roommate
renowned yet.
situation? Who are we rooming with?
Oh no.
We don't have like a set up rooming situation yet. We have to decide.
you don't have to decide yet.
So
No,
basically,
we have to
everybody
decide
would
right
get
now, Parker. Right now.
So everybody would basically get 71 gold each, and then there's 3 gold in the party funds, or no,
Yeah.
2.
I
2
did
gold
two
and
now.
2 silver.
I will be right back.
I don't know what
Yeah.
math is.
For the record, my laptop did not arrive,
Boo.
but it's
Boo.
fine.
Homophobic. Homophobic.
Honestly, I'm not sure who Asta would want to work with. And
I'm sure he
congratulations, you'll have more questions about Sunboy.
I have many questions.
Many questions about Sunboy. I want to know about Sunboy.
Mood.
What do you do?
Ask him.
My son!
He might not give you an honest answer, but you can certainly ask.
Nin saw none of that happen, and she is not perceptive enough.
As much
To
as
think anything of
Julius likes, bleh, Nagi, as much as he liked rooming with her, he would be open to rooming with Nin, because you seemed chill.
They're
Trying
both
to-
bastard.
Have a bastard room.
Chaotic energy.
Chaotic bastard.
She'd be down for that.
Yeah.
Wait, how many people are there in the party? 7?
7.
Yes.
So, and we have 4 rooms, so one person doesn't need a
Yeah,
roomie.
someone's gonna need a solo room.
Alex gets solo room for 2 beds.
Yeah,
Stretches
and
out on
Alex
them
getting
both.
the solo room so that he can shove both beds together, and theoretically get something he has at least enough.
Like, lie diagonally across.
Yeah.
My boy?
I have returned. What's going on?
We're
What are you
talking
doing
about
to
who
my
we
We are
are
boy?
working
rooming
out
with.
roommate arrangements.
We were
think
talking
that we're gonna give
about.
Alex a solo, Alex the solo, and he'll just shove the 2 beds together.
Alex does not mind sleeping on the floor.
Right, but the floor is not good.
The floor is
Why?
not comfortable.
You can have 2
To
beds,
you.
my
If you
dude.
sleep on the floor, you'll end up with bad bones like Granny, alright?
And plus, you're
You think
you're
he
big
cares?
tall.
We're just trying to make Tall Boy
He's
not
gonna
have to
live-
crunch.
A long time. That's a long time with bad bones.
This is a cow without self-preservation.
I
Oh,
mean,
no.
cows don't have much to begin with.
How?
Take whatever self-preservation cows normally have and just cut it in half.
Oh no.
Honestly, I think Asta might ask if Exalia would be good to room with. If she would mind rooming with him.
I think she just kind of shrugs.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I'll confirm with Amy, but
Aster stole Irene's roommate. No.
Oh no.
Irene was
Sorry.
gonna ask to
I
room
had-
with Ixalia. It's fine.
I was sort of ticking through the party of who Asta might be comfortable rooming with.
Irene's gonna room with Nagi then. It's fine. It's not she's not even upset about it. She's not. She doesn't care, but I'm upset about it.
Rip to you.
Thank you.
Who else was it? It was Julius and Nin, Irene and Nagi,
Alex on his own, and
Alex.
then Aster and Ix.
Yeah.
Look at us. Arranging
done did it.
ourselves.
So just because I did have to step away suddenly, all Hara had really had to say is that he's not religious himself. He doesn't. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
And he told us to make sure to call him if we have any trouble.
Yep, which we all
we
know we're not
totally
gonna
will.
do.
Oh,
Because he's just, such
He's-
a
What a
trustworthy
guy.
lad.
I thought he was redeemable, but nope,
What a
nope.
guy. What a
And he's
lad.
the first person that Asta swore about.
How tall is he? Just a question for reasons.
He is
Oh, no.
6'2"?
uh-huh.
Interesting. Okay.
what was the name of the guy we dropped off the herbs to?
Lee Soto.
Master Lee Soto.
Lee Soto.
Fucking lad.
I like him. I like him a lot.
Listen, my perspective on him is weird because the first time I actually played through Strayeds, the GM had Lee flirt with my board, who is
Oh my
very
God.
like shamelessly showing off that he'd been working out, and
Oh. Apparently Lee Soto is a hottie, but nobody thought to tell us.
I mean, he probably is, because did you hear the description? Oof.
No,
There's another hot boy in this campaign?
I wasn't
I'm
listening to the
adding
description
To
because
my
I'm not.
notes,
He
Lee
had,
Soto.
he was
is
described
chill dude
dark
and a
curly
hottie.
hair, dark skin, and tattoos.
Just, I mean,
Ah. So designed
I guess.
for me.
What did you say?
Designed for me.
Build a Josh boyfriend edition.
Fred, that was you making Julius.
Oh, yeah, that too. Just you
Is
wait,
there
he's got
Any
trauma.
conversation or action that wants to occur.
I think once we sort of sorted out Rome, Asta is gonna. So who's planning on going to the party?
Well, I would like to go.
Whether
I
you're
think it could be
invited or
fun.
not. I
Are the tickets like +1s, like a person +1, or are they a single?
They're single.
Okay, so
Okay.
we've got three.
I would like to go, but I'd probably need a shirt. I don't think they enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, out of character, Nin is a good talker and she has decent stealth, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So,
Nin.
first stop might see if the town has a tailor.
Wait, hold on. So are Julius and Nin the two who are volunteering to go right now?
Julius has a +6
Yeah.
to persuasion and certain things, deception too. So
Yeah, same.
Irene is thinking real hard about that and thinking they need some adult supervision.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
don't do
This
it,
is
Grandma.
No, Granny needs to supervise
Um,
this.
Yeah, Asta does. Actually, before you suggest it, Nana, maybe it might be worth you going as well. You're better at. You know magic, and
I do.
might be helpful.
Oh yes. Yes, that's a good reason.
And Asta also pauses, and I'm not sure that we want to leave our mischievous friends unsupervised.
Well, yes, I was
Since
thinking.
they
Julius
got a
puts
Koto
a hand
Pantheon.
to his chest and he says, "Me? Never."
Yes, you.
Oh yes, dear. Oh yes, I think it might be best if. Oh, I don't know. If someone with perhaps a little more caution and patience were going along.
Julius just snickers and he says, "Well, I'm pretty good at this stuff, but that's alright. I understand the trepidation. It's
Are
fine.
you good at caution and patience, or are you just good at talking yourself
When
out
it
of it?
counts, yes."
Interesting. Good to know, dearie. I'd love to see it for myself tonight.
Wow.
I know Irene
Fucking
means it
grandma
wholesomely,
just-
but wow.
Wig snatched by grandma.
Julius actually doesn't look too mad about it. He's like, "Fair, yeah."
Glad we're in agreement.
Look, if there's something shady, I might not know about it, but I can feel it in my bones.
Well, and really, I can, if we need to be a little bit discreet about having a look around, perhaps, then Snowball might actually be able to help us. She's really such a good cat, you know.
Julius
you can
glances
trust
at
her?
her.
Trust my cat? Of course we can trust my cat, dear.
She mean mugs everybody.
And you don't. Isn't she just the sweetest thing?
That sounds like the creakiest door I've ever heard.
Good girl, Snowball. Good girl.
Nin is just glaring at this cat.
Well, you see, if you don't like her glaring at you, then you shouldn't glare at her.
She nuzzles your hand for pets, Irene.
Good. I give her pets. Many, many pets.
There is purr. It is very loud machine-like purr, but it's purr.
What Faye think cats sound
So
like.
it's like Stormy's paw. Listen, Sybil is 170 years old. Yeah.
Yeah. Snowball is very helpful, and of course I can trust her, dear. I trust her far more than I trust anybody else.
Well, that's valid, actually. You probably shouldn't trust us.
Oh, well, I wasn't really referring to you specifically, but
I mean, we've only known each other for a couple of days.
yes, that's true. But you all seem like good people.
Oh, for sure.
I'm just curious. Are you trying to dissuade me from trusting you actively?
No.
It just seems a little bit like that's what you're trying to do. And you're not doing a very good job of it. But I just wanted to let you know.
Thanks. Julius is just one-word answers right now.
Irene
Yeah, it went against grandma.
Irene is squinting a little bit.
You squint at him and he looks down at you for a moment and then looks away with his arms crossed.
Lunch is soup, by the way. It's stew.
Soup.
Soup!
Julius is down for some soup.
Soup.
I could go for some soup. Like, out of character, I could go for some soup.
God,
I had
Yeah,
some
me
miso
too.
soup for lunch today and I was so happy.
It's cold and I want soup.
I wish it was cold.
I wish it was cold.
God, I wish
Same.
it was cold.
It's a brothy soup and has like little pieces of like dumpling in it.
Yes.
Oh, that sounds so good. Oh, I think I have some wonton soup in the fridge.
Fuck yeah. Sarah writes.
God, I want wontons now.
So, we need to get those of you who are going some suitable clothes. Because you know that
Well, I've got,
After
you
the
know, a
pause,
skirt
then.
and a blouse that are appropriate enough for functions back at home. I don't really see the need to get anything new for myself, but I do agree.
Lecter here probably should acquire a shirt.
Yeah,
I
I
help a
think
little bit.
on polite society they don't enjoy just coats, which is a shame.
I mean, it's a very fine coat, dear, and you look quite well in it, but...
Thank you. And Julius actually looks, like, happy that you've said that.
Aw.
It doesn't seem like he's used to compliments.
Aw.
I don't really need new clothing. I can just make myself look like someone else.
Oh, dear goodness, I actually can do that too. Oh, that's so stupid. I don't even need a shirt. And then he just, like, disguise selfs himself into a, like, one of those, like, pirate shirts. It's like, look, shirt! And then he, like, pats his chest and he's like, here, feel. It's just normal chest here. Absolutely no shirt. They wouldn't be the wiser.
He's asking people to just touch his bare chest.
Yeah,
Nin will definitely poke him.
go ahead.
And then she'll make
Bare
herself...
chest.
She'll just disguise herself as a... I don't know,
You all do know that disguise self only lasts an hour, right?
I also have...
Yeah.
I can cast it at will.
Okay.
Julius
I figured
cannot,
that
but
Nin had
he's...
not too many faces.
Julius probably would at least want to go get some sort of adornment stuff. Yeah, he wouldn't want to keep casting disguise self just to keep a shirt.
Nin will go shopping just because, you know.
Does Nin, like, change herself into somebody else as a practice run, though?
Yeah, she'll, what would you change yourself into? Probably a snooty-looking elf. Young woman. Clothes look a little strange, like maybe they're trying to look like clothes she's seen everyone else wear, but they're just a little bit off. Like, they're very nice, but
Wrong style.
a wrong style, yeah.
Nickel,
But only a
dear,
little bit.
may I offer a suggestion? Or
Yes.
is it North? Should we call you North? I noticed you had a different... Is it a nickname, or...
I mean, you can call me North. I mean, you could call me lots of things, I guess.
What do you prefer, dear?
Nimmer.
Nimmer?
Never.
Okay, Nimmer. All right.
That's what my mom
Were
would
you
call me
spelling that?
sometimes. Nimmer.
Nimmer. All right. It's a lovely, lovely name, dear. But if I might offer a suggestion, do you remember how, when we came into town, all those people were there looking at us and making notes about us? People don't come into town without going through that process. So, for somebody who looks completely different than any of the newcomers who just showed up to appear at this party, I just think perhaps it would be best if you use the face that you normally use, and the clothes could be what you change, perhaps. So that you're not just a completely undocumented stranger appearing in the middle of a party during all this trouble.
Okay, that's actually smart.
I thought so.
For reference, the clothes that Nin sort of transforms into are, like, stylistically kind of similar to what y'all might be wearing, but the fabrics and coloring, they're almost like tartan, I think.
Interesting.
They like have a very bluish, greenish, silver tint. Sort of a kilt-like skirt. Very loose sort of clothing, especially in the upper region. It would not be you look at it and you're like, then tits could fall out real easy.
God.
Damn it.
Very,
Bold style
Not no
choice.
tits.
very Gaelic, but a couple of steps to the left.
Oh my god.
Well, I can't keep this up forever. Maybe we really should get clothes. It's probably not that expensive, depending on what they have available here.
At least, I mean, it would do to have just a shirt, just in case for future situations when you didn't want to use a spell for it, just to have
You
one.
know, Granny, I think I might go for the whole ensemble since I've got some cash to spend.
Good for you.
Just a
shirt.
splurge.
Just the shirt.
Or I can spend all the gold on one shirt and make it a solid gold.
Just a really nice shirt.
It's a very, very expensive shirt.
Some things that are expensive are worse.
Hey, Joe,
Damn it.
I'm gonna pull you into whispers.
Oh no.
Oh, whoa.
Whoa.
Secrets. Hey guys,
Julius gets one
not
shirt,
gonna
but
lie.
it's just
my
a dress.
brain right now is just meat sweets on repeat.
Meat sweets.
Meat sweets.
I know it's meat sweat.
Meat sweets. Well, that's like a thing, isn't it? Like sweetmeats or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not,
Sweetmeats.
it's not spelled like that.
Meat sweets.
Meat sweats.
My
Sweats.
eyes are bad all the
Met
time, and
sweat.
I always mix up sweet and sweat. Like, I can't tell the difference. Like,
I mean, I do too.
I hate English so much.
Oh
I'm
god.
not okay.
Moot suit.
No, that's not funny. It doesn't make any sense. Meat swoots. Moot swoots. Wait.
Meat root.
No, I don't like that.
Meat root.
I don't like that at all.
What's wrong with us?
Meat root.
Want some fucking beetroot?
Ingredients.
You want beet wheat?
No, I hate
You want
that.
meat root? You want fucking meat root?
Ingredients.
Josh, I love the way you're saying
Ingredients.
that. Ingredients.
Oh god, this is all on recording.
Motherfucker.
I'm gonna
Joe,
title this
come
thing
back.
Meat Sweets now.
Margaret's gonna be like, I wonder what happened last session, and go and listen to the session, and then it's like, oh, I wonder what they talked about while we were.
You should edit it so it's just this section and only upload that.
This is all that happened.
It was just meat sweets.
What are you talking about? Our sessions are 4 hours
It was
of this.
just
I don't know what
meat
to tell you.
Meat sweet. Meat root.
God, one of these days I want to go through all of our recorded episodes and just pull
Greatest
shit
hit
from this.
compilation.
Yeah, just pull all of these out.
This is like on the level of our spiritually moist conversation, like at the beginning of one of those sessions.
Yes. God, I'm so sad I didn't record earlier because back when Josh was DMing and we got the iconic muffin-like object.
God,
I thought too hard about whether muffins existed in D&D.
I mean, I did that with fucking chewing gum in Corwick. I was like a chewing gum-like substance.
It exists.
It's something.
Listen,
We called it
just
chewing
pull it-
tar or something.
Meat
pull
root.
it- meat root.
Meat
You
root.
want meat root? You want,
You want fucking meat root?
ingredients?
Ingredients. Oh my god, I nearly spat water out my nose.
This is.
They are been in there for a while.
I think they're being gay, honestly.
I think
Too.
I think there's just homosexual activity going on.
It's probably a DOD thing. Or DOC,
DCO?
Jesus.
DCO.
DCO, there you go.
A
My brain
dude.
don't do things.
A dude thing.
That's the other organization, the one that Julius follows.
Julius.
He's part
God,
of the
Ren.
dudes.
Ren, why'd you make a hot boy?
I only have hot boys and buff women. That's all I have.
So you have. All you have is something for me, and then something for everyone else in this game.
I do it for the girls and the gays, and that's it.
You're doing it especially for the gays. You are really doing it for the gays. My God, you sent that art, and I was like, "Oh, I have to romance him." Okay, I'm legally obligated. Whoa! What is that?
What?
What is the roll?
Oh, is there a roll? Oh. I
You
didn't.
dropped Julius in chat, and I was like, "Okay, okay." This is my boy now. Got it.
Yeah, you can have him. He'd probably like that.
What? What?
He has nobody. Somebody too.
He will have me.
Ah,
Me.
he's a lot,
He's
Josh.
so
I don't know if
gay.
you want him.
Oh, buddy, I think no matter what he is, I am more.
Fixer-upper.
Cheese BK. Is that accurate? Yes. Am I in this picture
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
don't like
that's
it?
me.
Absolutely.
Ren made a hot boy.
It's all I do. It's all I can do. Hot
I'm
boys
actually
and-
surprised that Julius didn't try to flirt with Lee Soto immediately.
He
Ren.
would have, however, they were doing business, and that is not business related
That's-
activities.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
That's fair.
He
Hold
wants
on,
to do
Ren.
it when it doesn't seem awkward.
Ren, I forgot. Are you a lesbian or no?
Yes.
How do you make such good hot boys?
Okay, it's complicated because at the same time I have no like romantic / sexual thing for men, but sometimes
Sometimes you look at a hot boy and you're like,
that one. that
I mean,
one's
that's
good.
me looking at like Diona, so.
God,
Ah, Diana.
look, Diona is actually
Diona
a
is-
problem for my life.
How many of y'all are lesbians?
Sometimes I
You
think
can't
about
see it, but I'm raising my hand.
sometimes I think about Diona, and like my heart actually does something in my chest. I'm like, oh,
I just
damn.
want her to hug me.
That's
she's just.
Want her to hold me in her big buff arms.
It,
Is
it
that
was
too much
such
to
a, it was
ask
such a
for?
like victory when I finally got a character to romance Diona. I was like, fuck yeah.
I would,
That's
I
what,
would
like,
love
Gertie
I
was
would
there
love-
for that.
to just be like bridal style carried in her arms.
Yes. Just
God, I
swoop.
wish.
Just
What
swoop
are
you
they doing in there?
I don't trust this shit.
up. Get out.
What are you guys doing?
What is happening?
Why is this so long?
And this will not be recorded at all for them because I cannot go into Seeker's channel, so we will never know.
Nope.
Yeah, but also they're gay, so they can talk about it all the time. Like,
Yeah,
so
well,
if either of them forget something, they'll just be like, "Hey, treasure, can we?" Because they're so gay.
Ah, it's a blessing.
Parker and Joe, if you're listening to this in the recording, I love you guys. You're adorable, but you're so fucking gay.
Sorry, guys, my grandfather is calling. I will be back in a
Alright.
jiffy.
Farewell. So long.
They're all gay.
It's just. I mean, we are all gay though.
Hello.
We do be
Hi,
a bit
Grandpa,
gay
what's
though.
up?
Not gonna lie.
It do be gay
Yeah,
like that
I'm still working
sometimes.
10-hour days, and I gotta work an 8-hour shift tomorrow, so that'll be fun.
Hey, remember how 3 of the
Yeah.
party got laid in Corwick?
Nah, keep it.
I was so proud.
Not
was
as
very
lot to
good.
save though
I was
when I
so
have
proud.
stuff
I
to
was
pay
like,
on,
ha.
so it is what it
Yeah,
is.
exactly.
That if I'd
Well.
wanted to murder you guys while you were defenseless, I could have, but I didn't.
That was
You
very
should've.
nice.
You should have killed Dylan.
Look, I almost killed Dylan, remember?
Yeah, and you should have gone through with it.
I tried so hard.
Yeah.
I literally tried, and then fucking Lena and Diona just fucking destroyed my main crow ghost. And it was
Why
like,
is Julius not wearing a shirt?
because he's a sexy man, alright?
God,
Yeah.
You need a shirt, okay, Josh?
I scrolled
just
back
a
to
little
find
bit
the
slutty,
art
okay?
and
You're gonna take
He's
Listen.
feeling a bit slutty, and he just wants to rock it.
This is a titties out kind of look.
I look at Julius and I am immediately transported into the game. It's me. It's my hot boy now.
Yeah. There's a
God,
button to rotate
I love
it.
men.
I'm so
I don't know,
proud.
Josh. That's kind of gay.
That's kind of gay.
Yeah.
They like men.
I
Yeah.
mean, is it gay because you're always good night?
Is it?
I
is
don't
it gay?
think so. Is it gay?
It's not gay as long as you're both wearing socks.
Listen,
Yeah.
it's not gay.
I think
Okay.
you're just great.
You have to
Grandpa.
like wear socks, and they have to be black socks, and you have to say no homo. But then it's not gay. It's fine.
Yeah, it's not gay.
It's not gay.
It's not gay.
It's
You
not
have to say no
gay.
homo before. You can't say it afterwards.
Right,
Otherwise,
right. You
it
have
is
to say
gay.
no homo before, and you
It's like,
cannot
no
take the
ho-
socks off at any point, because then it's gay.
Yeah, it's gay.
Why are we so dumb?
This is very.
What are we doing?
We've been left
It
unsupervised,
does
and
not.
we can't handle it. Irene is gonna
There's
have
no
to supervise the
more.
children at a fucking party.
No law. We can do whatever we want.
Listen, if the DMs and whispers for 15 minutes or more, we legally are allowed to leave.
God,
Did I say minutes or hours?
you said 15 minutes.
Okay. Because for some reason my brain processed the memory as me saying 15 hours or more.
I mean, you could probably leave after 15 hours too, but
15 hours of anything. What are they doing?
their whole goddamn session on their own, apparently.
They're vibing.
It's basically
They're
just a
having a
way
good
to
time.
call somebody
There's
on
no
your
evidence
phone
of
quickly
this.
without
I
There's
like
really
no
think they're
actually
being
to
gay.
what
I
they're
genuinely
doing.
believe they're being gay.
call.
Tempted to bust in the voice chat and be like, what are you guys doing?
What are those?
Yep.
Oh god.
Oh, I
So
can't
dumb.
change the channel name. That's unfortunate.
Boo, that's homophobic.
I know.
I had to set up my phone because there was a different way that I like
I
to
can change
log
the
into my
channel.
phone.
Oh, wait, I
and there's a
can.
certain way you
Never
can, like,
mind.
turn
I'm
certain
changing it to
settings
gay
off.
secrets.
I was changing it to a gay old time.
So I
Oh,
had
you
I
can-
don't
you
remember
can-
exactly what setting it was that I had to fix, but I didn't like
There we go.
something. I don't remember what it was.
A gay old
Yeah.
time. There we go.
God.
Oh yeah, I love dark mode. I don't use there's like an auto
Wouldn't you like to
brightness
know what we're
thing. I don't
doing?
like to use that.
Weather
I don't
boy.
like to use that since
Weather
it gets
boy.
really
No,
dark
no,
and
no.
it's
I
light
think you
out.
do
and
something
you
better
can't
than
see
you
the
need
text.
sweet.
Parker, you've reached 5. Wouldn't you like to know what the person?
I think it uses some of the like photo sensors from
Yeah.
the camera to.
We were searching over Diana while you were gone. Wouldn't
We
you
were
like to
searching
know
over
what we
Diana
were
while you were
doing,
gone.
weather boy? Wouldn't you like to know what went down in this channel?
I will give you something, and that is that Aster, at some point, ends up kind of doing a double take at Nagi, and then like looking away again.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Wow, those like eternal 10 minutes summed up in that. What were you doing?
10 minutes
He
of
seemed like he
tender.
was just kind of vibing while whatever conversation was going on.
We were not in character over here.
No.
Yeah, that's fair, but I figure it would have taken a little bit. So he was just kind of vibing, and then he looked at Nagi, did a double take, and looked away.
Yep.
Interesting.
How much of that time was taken up by you two being gay?
None.
0.
Uh-huh.
Whoa! We're,
Doubt it.
for
Doubt.
real?
Doubt. Press X
Wouldn't
to
you
doubt.
like to know? But no, it actually legitimately none of that was taken up with gay. We were
Interesting.
honestly what took the longest was me writing notes.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so
For
this
what?
was a
What is
notes
this for?
conversation? Wow.
Mhm.
I too was writing notes.
Oh, that's okay.
This
Notes
is
about how gay you are for Diona.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly what I was going to say, actually.
Aster got some information.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Mhm.
Yeah. All those stupid spam calls.
I just noticed
Yeah.
the change of the channel name.
This is that is what you've got, fam.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Tight.
Interesting.
So we're going shopping?
Shopping.
I think so.
Yes, though Ren is on the phone with their grandpa.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it
So.
is for sure.
Those notes look accurate.
It's a lot smaller to
I figured I'd
use. It's a lot smaller to
And if there's anything I
use,
needed to update, I could.
and a little different. Like I don't usually
Also,
use. They have like
y'all
a
guess
YouTube
his
app.
phone clock is not
I don't
updated.
usually use
and
that
is
one
saying that
because
it's
it's
still,
not
like,
like the
8:04
internet
a.m.
browser one.
Interesting.
So
Or is it?
Hmm.
Or is it?
Well, no, sorry, it's saying 8:06 a.m.
yeah,
be.
it's a whole new thing you gotta learn.
never
It
know.
took me a couple years to get used to an iPhone,
You got a
so
half-hour
it'll take
time
you a little bit.
adjustment.
I have the 11.
No,
I think you have
more
the
like
11
two and a
too.
half.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I got the
Eh.
green
Oh,
colored
wait, I don't
one,
know. I was
so
just working on a 12-hour.
I liked the color.
It's 16 from
Did you
ESG.
get gray or black or
Oh,
something?
I'm dumb.
Yeah.
Time isn't real anymore anyways, so...
They
Is it 16?
they had
I've
the
been
option
doing
of
my
getting
math
me
wrong.
black too,
I'm
but
dumb.
and they were like, yeah, and it's all this other
14
stuff, and I'm
at
like,
the
ooh,
moment.
but I really
When
wanted the
time
green.
zones tick
so-
over, it'll be 6. It is 14 from my time zone with you and Parker and Sarah.
Yeah,
The
only
it'll be
good time
16
zone.
when time zones tick over.
Yep. They had
Only valid
rose
time
gold
zone.
and,
EST
like,
is the only
something else
valid
for
time zone, and I
iPhones.
will not take constructive criticism.
Doubt, but sure.
Nope,
Look.
only valid time zone.
3 against 1. There are 3 of us here. And there are
Mhm.
4 of us here. Josh, you're in EST?
Yes.
There are 4 of
Yeah,
us here,
it
and
used to,
nobody
yeah, a
else can
little bit.
argue.
Doubt, but sure.
We're superior.
So, okay.
I'll let it slide this once.
The Silver Trout Tavern is on Main Street, basically. The town is basically just the urban district is divided basically in 4s with 2 major
Yep.
streets forming a crossroads in the center.
Yep, there was a little circle at the bottom. I have an
the
old
inn and tavern
iPhone,
rests
or my
on the corner
iPhone
of
6
that,
actually has that.
Intersection.
Because that was
right?
the one that I had before I got this one. It was
One
a
of, one
lot,
of these roads
way
runs
behind.
all the way down to
I
the
think it was
shoreline
4
of the river
years.
that leads to the rest of the
Yeah,
marsh.
about 4
And the
years
other one
old,
heads
so
up
it
into
needed to
farther
be
the other direction,
replaced.
where it seems like where it goes, it looks like very solid land. Looks like it's almost morphing a little bit into like a more of a foresty region than pure swamp. And then the perpendicular road, one
Case?
leads back to the Gentle
Oh.
district.
Oh,
which is
yeah,
where
yeah.
people came from, and the other one heads
It's
to
definitely
the
worth
opposite
it.
side of town, where it seems to get very swampy.
Yeah, you need to have
Up
like
and down
a
Main Street
straightened
seems to be the
SIM card,
majority
I
of
think,
where all the
for that
shops
to
are.
work.
And this is a small town. There is like one of each.
Yes, they do. There's
You
like
know,
a little
there's, like,
tab
one
on
tailor,
the. Let me see. Real
one
quick.
grocer,
Where is it?
one
Is the
smith,
right side of your
that
phone
sort of thing.
at like
It's easy
the
to
bottom
find
right
each
hand
one.
side? There's a
They've
little
all
thing
got
with like a dot
shop
on
signs
it.
hanging.
There's like a key that you would have
So,
gotten
what
with your
shops
package
are
in
we
that
going to?
box.
I'm looking for
Yes,
it, and I have
and you
pickups.
basically stick it in there and lift up,
Pick
and then
up.
you
That's
can
a
pull the
new-
SIM card out of it.
That's a
It's
new
basically
addition to our
what makes
collection
your
of
cell phone
terminology
Meat
that we came
sweets!
up with.
connect to satellite
got-
and everything.
You got meat sweets?
You want
Yes,
you want
yeah.
meat root? You want
Pretty
fucking
much.
meat root? Ingredients.
It's a micro USB, I think. Yeah.
Julius would want to go get a fancy suit, so we can go to Taylor first.
Parker, you want meat root?
I do not want meat root, thank you.
Oh no.
The Taylor is a relatively small store, at least the storefront
Yeah.
is. You can see farther back into the building where it looks like the loom is. But it seems like most of the customer shit is handled basically right at the front window. And there is a very sort of nice looking half-elf.
Yep.
Not half-elf, halfling that sort of jumps up on a little stool behind the counter and is like, "Oh, can I help you?"
Well, pairing basically for that is basically it's connecting to your Bluetooth.
This is very
That's
awkward.
what it means to pair.
Because Julius is the one who
and-
wants
yeah.
clothes, and Ren is not here.
I thought Nin also wanted clothes.
Oh yeah, Nin's here. Sorry, I'm trying to take notes of this session and
Mhm.
with limited success.
You're
Um,
back.
Yeah, I need, I don't know, something nice, something fancy for a party.
And when Julius goes, "Yeah, I need like a
The
nice suit," she
speakers
goes,
or your headphones?
"All right, is this for the gala then?"
Yeah, if they're
Yeah, that thing.
Bluetooth enabled headphones, you should be able to do
All right,
that.
do you
No
want
problem.
pants or skirt, honey?
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Mm,
Yeah, basically what
I
you
can
would do
choose?
is you would try and
Oh,
unpair
sorry.
it from your actual computer, so because you
I
have
don't
it
wear pants. I never get to wear pants
like
to these things.
actually paired to your computer, right? That's what you usually use them for.
All
You
right,
would go
two
into
nice little suits
what
coming
is it
up. All right,
called?
I won't be able to
Let me
make you
check
anything
it, 'cause you
custom.
have,
I ain't got that kind of time now. But I
it's
can get
basically
some
you would
pre-made
go to
things, huh?
devices, I believe.
Do a little
Um,
trailer.
Yeah, that's
and
fine,
then,
I
what was
guess.
it? Yeah, it's Bluetooth and other device
Alright.
settings, and then you would basically remove
she
it from it
disappears
first,
into
so
her
it
little
won't
shop.
automatically pair.
After sort of eyeing the
computer,
two of you up and down.
And then you would do
like,
the
as if
same
she's doing, like,
process you had
mental
done to pair it to
measurement
your
vagues.
computer, and then you would
if you
go on
want
your
those clothes,
phone
Alex, you
in
can
your
get some.
settings. There's a thing that says
Too
Bluetooth,
big.
I don't
and
think Ash
as
is
long
gonna
as
get in at
you
the moment.
wait a little bit, it'll
although he is
automatically
kind of
find
considering.
the name of your
Alright,
Bluetooth headphones,
after she
and
does
you'll be
sort
able to
of
click
mental
on it, and
measurements,
it'll automatically pair
She
for
does
you.
come back with
Yeah,
a nice
it's pretty cool.
pre-made set of clothes. She kind of holds them up to you. At one point in, she has you kind of scoot back behind the counter and try on like the blouse she has.
Mhm.
And she goes, "All right, okay." You notice it's like a little bit like large through like the sleeves. She goes, "Okay, I can take that in a couple inches. That'll be fine."
An adapter for what?
She scratches down a couple of things. And
Or
she
what
goes,
did it come with?
"All right,
Was it for your
you'll have to
headphones?
give it a couple hours, but
Okay, it might be. Did
I'll
it
leave- I'll
have
leave my
like
door
that
open
flat
for you,
port end, like what you?
Okay.
Okay, and was the other end like
base will cost
like a microphone? It was. Oh, that might be a microphone jack, so you might be able to use that to actually plug in regular headphones, like earbuds and stuff.
Each.
Yeah, mine didn't come with that. You got a fancy
And
package.
she'll just hand over the money. She just seems very baffled by this interaction, to be honest.
All right, thank you. She goes again. Couple hours. I'll leave my light on. All right.
Yeah.
Whatever you and Ren want them to look like, you can just tell me what it is. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't really have an idea right now. I will think about it.
That is fine.
I just know she's gonna want to keep her creepy bone jewelry.
That's fine.
God damn it.
There are other shops up and down Main Street. There's a smith. There looks to be what looks like a baker and a grocer. There what looks
Oh
to be
yeah,
like an
you can save
apothecary.
them. Yep.
Apothecary? Apothecary. Nope.
Apothecary?
Apothecary.
Apothecary.
Apothecary. Thank you.
Mhm.
You don't know if they are like adventurer grade supplies.
Yep.
But,
Mhm.
I think
Yep. I know.
Asta is
I've
gonna
had to
wanna
do that a
search
couple
the
times for
apothecary,
some of my
if nothing else,
my
to see
other
if they have
accounts.
something that'll deal with mosquitoes.
when you
when you poke your head in, there's
Yeah,
sort
me
of
too.
this sort of, frizzy
It's not the best to
red-haired
do
elf
that,
woman.
but at least as long
who
as you
greets
have like
you,
your
and when
banking
you're like,
stuff like
"Something for the
different,
mosquitoes,"
usually
she
it's
goes,
fine.
"Don't worry, I got a ton of citronella."
Yeah.
Thank you. And there's that very bright little smile.
Yeah.
Something I just realized. I have a forgery kit.
Yeah.
Could I theoretically make more copies of the invitations?
I mean, theoretically.
Just in case like we needed to get someone else in.
Mm-hmm.
Or just, to like hand out to random people on the street for fun.
You'd have to spend a couple hours doing it.
I've
You'll
got a
probably
couple
be
hours
able to get
wait.
one copy.
Alright, you can head back to the
I know
and
you
go
were.
for
I
it.
know a while ago you were
Um,
really into a bunch of German bands
What
and
would I need
stuff.
to roll?
An
Aster
intelligence
actually might
check?
borrow Irene if she is available.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hold on. Sarah, you'll need to roll me an intelligence check, and if you have a sleight of
Yeah.
hand proficiency, you can add that proficiency to your roll.
Okay. Just straight intelligence.
Yes.
Oh, nope.
Well, that's a save.
Yeah.
I
Still
mean,
a nat
it's
one.
just
Because that's something that I do quite
Yeah,
a lot that
you
helps me relax.
try and I mean, you get kind of distracted.
Oh yeah, a lot of time I'll listen to music
you
and I'll
have
do
some nice
something. I do that a
sparkly
lot at work
inks.
too. It helps me
And
focus.
they're very sparkly.
Um,
and you just kind of end up drawing swirls and lines across the paper.
mhm.
But it's really
Yeah,
pretty.
that's fair.
Mm-hmm. It's a very nice piece of art. It is not a forged invitation. Aster said something? Sorry.
He's actually gonna want to borrow Irene's for a little bit because he has something he wants to check out.
Irene is borrowable.
You have a
Yeah,
very
'cause
large
you're always
pot
kinda
of
listening
citronella
and
handed
I'm
to
the
you
same
for,
way.
like 3 silver.
Yeah, he's
I feel like
happily
that's
gonna
what
pay
our
it.
family does a lot.
It's the type of citronella that you kind of apply like as an ointment, so you have like
Okay.
bug spray.
Well, how are you guys holding up over there? Are you guys staying healthy and safe?
You can grab
Good.
Irene when you need to.
Oh,
Yeah, I think he's just kind of gonna go. Nana, can I borrow you for a moment?
no.
There's somewhere I want to go that I figure it's better to have company. If you're up for the walk, I understand if you're not.
Of course, dear, of course.
mhm.
You know I fuss about my bones, but it's really not that bad.
He gives you a bright little smile and. I
Oh,
want
hold
to
on,
go
dear.
have a look at the sand house.
Do that again.
And that's a shot in the knee, right, or
It's a little
something,
bit
right?
more confused
Yeah. Okay.
this time.
Yeah.
As soon as he
There's still
smiles,
that bright little sunshine smile.
Irene is going to use minor illusion to do little sparkles on his teeth and make a little ding sound.
Oh.
Well, it's gotta feel better than knee pain all the time.
Very easily done.
I'm sorry, ever since the first time you smiled, I wanted to do that to see what it would look like.
God, that's so wholesome.
That's good. I'm glad.
Yes, we can go check out the house, dear.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure
Although if you're gonna
your
do that
body's
again,
not gonna
maybe
like
you
it for a
could
little
put, like,
while.
Sparkles and little flowers around as well. Just to
Perfect. Great idea, dearie. Aster is a genius.
He seems delighted by this.
No,
It's
it's usually
sparkles,
a
like
dang
the
mess.
little anime boy he is.
So you're heading to the sand house?
Yes.
You head there. It looks as sort of shaded and dilapidated as it did the first time, but now that you kind of know what's happened there, you kind of get this sense of just
Oh yeah, I'm sure with all that metal.
emanating breeze.
Yeah.
Did you want to?
Aster's gonna not quite step onto what seems like the boundary line,
Mm-hmm.
and he takes in
I
a
have
deep
it.
breath and lets it out. And he's gonna do spooky vision again. just to see if there's anything.
He can do spooky vision. Give me a perception check.
Spooky vision.
Mhm.
Oh.
You don't know.
Spooky vision.
Spooky vision.
Spooky.
No, I want the smoky dice for this one because they are.
Thematic.
That's a 22.
Interesting.
Nice.
Okay. Huh.
He just wants to make sure that there is.
Oh.
You glance around this property. The first thing that pops up to you is a little flare inside the house that you can kind of assume is Gus.
Mhm. Yeah.
Normal looking, it's fine.
Yeah.
And then you turn your attention to the gravestone. And then down onto the earth. And normally when you visit a graveyard, there isn't much to
There's. Yeah. Possibly little scraps, little floaties, depending on it, but not anything concrete.
but there's not what you
Yeah.
see now. There is not what you see now is almost like steam rising from the
No.
grass and up into the air. It's as if someone put one into the ground and it has tried to escape through the holes in the dirt. And it's just managing wisps. That is what you get.
Am I getting any particular vibes off the wisp?
There's a little crackle. But other than that, no.
How much attention do you think you're paying to Asta?
Very much attention.
Yeah.
Exclusively all attention on Asta right now because she doesn't know why he
See,
wants to
my
be
dad's car, the air
He
chooses to go
goes
out sometimes, and
pale.
it sucks. Oh, man. Being
And he
trapped in that
kind of,
car when it's so hot, it's
I can't quite
awful.
get my voice to do what, but there's a bit of a crack in his voice. Okay, I've seen what I want to. We can go
Yeah,
back to the inn now.
definitely. They're like
Are you
boil
alright,
alive.
Jerry?
It gets so hot.
I
It's
don't know.
basically a metal can.
She'll reach up and like take his hand if he'll let her and start leading him back to the
Yeah,
inn.
he will.
Mhm.
You can feel as you take his hand that there's sort of a bit of
Oh,
tension.
yeah.
Wouldn't you all like to know what this is, Mother
It
Children?
gets to be real bad.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna mark off 2 uses of spooky vision.
Mm-hmm.
Dear, is there something more concerning about that than we'd already established with the whole situation?
He stops for a second.
Mhm. Oh no!
He looks at her.
Oh my gosh, buddy. He's eating salad. Oh, that dog, he's so funny.
There is something.
Mhm.
I think it's bad.
You were cutting out
Irish
a little bit
setter,
for me.
I think?
Repeat that, please.
Right? No.
There is
or
something
pointer
under
or
that
something?
grave, and I think it might be bad news.
Oh,
Yes,
dear.
there you go.
Oh dear. Well,
I need to tell Tina. I need to tell Tina.
Oh.
And then this is probably going to be my problem because I'm the closest.
okay. Well, let's get back to the inn, Jerry. Maybe you can have some tea and calm yourself down a little bit.
Thank you.
You head back to the inn, and you find Nin just drawing swirly sparkles on a piece of paper. Nope, keep going. Keep it going. Yes, thank you, Rin.
Irene would love to look at
I
the
think-
swirly, sparkly
okay.
piece of paper.
You might not think that they're peaceful, and that's understandable because a lot of it isn't. But at the same time, it's an
Asta
important
is
cause, and
gonna actually head up to the room he's got with
yeah.
Exalia.
Mm-hmm.
He had been planning to wait till tonight to
I
send that
mean,
report.
there's also documented cases too with that.
You
where,
rolled
like, you know, the
I
whole
don't know what to tell
Ryan,
you.
please show
I know-
up, and
no,
they're
I
all messing
understand.
with them and stuff like that.
Well,
Well, they
and
have
it wasn't
documented
exactly the
cases
time
of
I wanted the
helicopters
dice to
overhead
work in my
watching,
favor,
and it's not
apparently here we are.
protesters doing
So,
it. It's these white, rich-ass
Um,
kids that just want to go fuck some shit up
so I
and just
he
steal
heads to
things
the room. I
because
don't
they
know if he
want
closes
to
the door very well,
take
but
advantage of the
is there like a
protesting.
writing desk or something?
There's a small table, like a bedside table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The people that are
I think he
usually
sort of
trying
perches
to
on the
do
bed
this
and is
thing,
very
like the people that
furiously
are
writing
actively
out.
trying to make a
Mhm.
difference, are the ones on the
Um,
front line getting shot at by
basically
police,
what he is
and it's unfortunate.
Writing out is
I just it makes me very
informing
sad
of what's going on, particularly
because
with the grave,
they're
but also with what he
protesting
saw
police brutality, and they're
Mhm.
just getting brutalized.
and
It's
asking
just
if
so
he should be
sad.
officially considering himself assigned to this particular
Yeah.
problem.
You send it off, and you'll get an answer when I say you get an answer.
If he has a way to mark it as priority rather than
There is
touching
a way.
base?
There is a way.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think he's going to think about it and make use of whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
because he wants to know what his
Well-
discretion needs to cover.
Well, what I've seen, and this is first-hand account from people
Um,
who have been in these places, I've seen
In which case,
documented
you wait a
cases,
couple
videos,
of
and
minutes,
such,
and then you get
of
a
these
slip
people
of
that are
paper
peacefully
back, and
protesting on the street,
yeah.
and then some unmarked
you.
car pulls up with civilian-looking people with no
I
no
would like
facial,
Irene to find
nothing,
Nin,
and they're just
or
kidnapping
Nimmer, as she
people
now thinks of her,
into
and
unmarked
look over her
vans.
shoulder
And
at
it's
all
like,
the pretty sparkles.
No, that's not okay.
And then minor illusions, so the sparkles look like they lift up off the page and swirl around her.
And it's just awful.
I love that!
Wow.
You're a fine artist, dear.
Thank you. It was supposed to be an invitation, I think, but this is kind of more fun.
This is much lovelier, dear.
Well, I was gonna give it to my mom, but I guess you can have it.
Really, dear? Really? Oh, I would love it.
Yeah, I can always make more.
Thank you, dear. I'll put it in my scrapbook.
And yeah, she'll give it to Granny, and she looks pleased.
Fuck yeah. Granny is preserving that. That's gonna have a place of honor in the
Oh.
scrapbook.
That's very fucking wholesome.
Granny's fucking thrilled.
Does anyone else have any shopping they
Well-
want to do?
Is this the one where it was like that man
I mean,
and the lady
I think
standing
assuming with
on
that
their
one,
front
Nin probably spent the whole time
lawn?
she could have been shopping.
See, I also
Yeah.
dug into that, and what I have learned from it was the fact that
I think
we
once
weren't
Asta
exactly
has a
sure
chance to
if
recover
they had
from
broken
that
in because there's
whole
footage of people walking through an open gate. It didn't look like it was
he might
disturbed. It
go
was just like
via-
a side
is it
gate
just a
into
Smith,
this
or is
gated
there a jeweler
community.
as well?
They were
There's a
on
jeweler.
This town does a
peacefully
fair amount of
protesting, like
silver?
on the actual
Yes,
road.
there is a separate jeweler.
And what
In
was
fact, there's like
happening,
two jewelers
from
in
what
town,
I could
one of
see,
which though is like very
nobody
connected
had
to
been
the Corelio
on their
business,
property or
Yeah.
and
destroying
doesn't necessarily
anything.
take average.
They were basically just saying that they were going to shoot him and making wild gestures into the crowd of protesters. And I'm just like, oh.
Hello?
Mhm.
He's gonna commission two things.
Mhm.
Mhm.
He's gonna see if he can get
Yeah.
some, like, I want to say sort of more elven style hair clasp.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants to get a silver bangle of some sort.
Both of those are available. Well, the bangle you can buy now. The hair clasps aren't really a thing that they do, so you'll have to pay commission price.
So are they covering it up?
Depending on how much that is.
What?
The bangle will
confused
run
now.
you about 10 gold.
Okay.
The commission price will run you about 25.
Okay, he's happy to pay those.
It's just because it's like extra on-demand labor and material they want.
I understand, and he's gonna make clear it's not a priority. I know you've got work for the gala tonight.
I feel like that needs more information, but I can't say if it was or was not. That is, I would need to look into that.
Valid as fuck.
Lesbian
That's definitely
paradise.
something that needs a second opinion, I feel.
She nods and tells you at the very max 3 days.
Thank you. He gives that smile, and he does hand over the money.
That's definitely not okay. That's
Very
like with George Floyd's case, where they changed it to where they were like, "Oh no, nothing happened. He died on the way to the hospital."
There's
I
a
didn't do
small
anything.
magic
It's like,
shop.
oh, fuck off.
Fuck yeah. Okay.
God,
It doesn't
police
offer
officers
like
think they
any
can
magic
get away with
items or
everything.
anything, but it offers
components.
I just need my cat treats.
Fine. 10 gold for as many as you want.
I'm just one dose of cat treats, I
Exactly.
think.
And there's some very awful
I'm a
people
bit
that I have
brutal.
seen online that are like, that guy got what he
It
deserved.
won't offer anything
Oh,
like
he
diamonds, like if you wanted to pick him
had
up
this
for, like,
one thing in his past that he did wrong,
chromatic
and I'm
orb,
like,
you
no,
couldn't,
that
but, like, you
doesn't
can
mean
pick
that
up
he's allowed to die. That's not
basic shit.
okay.
Have
One person
that
doesn't
I
decide.
need things for.
Yeah,
Wait,
I mean,
I want more peppers.
I
too.
don't think even people with
You
a
can
criminal
pick up
past
peppers just
deserve to
fine.
die.
I thought that's what you meant by cat treats.
No. I mean, yes, those are cat treats, but those are a different kind of cat treats. There's cat treats for summoning the cat, and there's cat treats for letting the cat go feral. There's 2 kinds of cat treats.
There's catnip and there's cat treats.
Yeah, there's.
Are there just shops?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Alex wants to find something he hasn't seen before.
Well,
Roll an investigation check.
yeah, and that's the sad truth is that a
Yeehaw.
lot of people that are in jail right now, unfortunately, are in there
Oh,
for
that's
such petty
bad.
things, and it's obviously so sad.
I did bad. I'm sorry.
Oh.
And because they finally have evidence that
luckily
people are
your DC
demanding,
for
because
something was
before they
kinda
weren't
low
able to.
because
So it's
of
like, well,
your upbringing.
jeez.
Yes.
Like, there's some people that
I'm
were on
gonna,
death row
like,
that are
anything
something you haven't seen
not
before.
the
Listen,
killer, and they caught the killer, but they're still on
Trust
death
that
row, and it's like,
anything that
what?
if
Yeah.
you like, maybe I
It's
think
just
with his
awful.
upbringing he wouldn't seen before. The answer is he hasn't.
I was just wondering like what level of shit that you find.
Oh, anything.
What you find a small little pawn shop. And in it you find a little statuette of what looks like it's like a small cat figure.
Same. When I was
And
like,
the
I think I was like 12 or something like that.
Oh,
I desperately wanted to be a canine
some
cop.
fisherman sold that to
And
me.
then
It
I
says it's
realized
from someone in Postadia.
how
I don't know.
awful it is to be a police officer and
Can
what
I
you
have
have to
it?
do to be a
How
police
much?
officer. And I was like, no, I'm good.
He kind of
thanks.
looks you over and looks the statue over and he goes, well, I bought it for a couple of silver, so call it a gold.
Yeah, that seems fair.
The craftsmanship on this little thing is actually pretty nice. It looks like just like a little trinket you might be able to pick up. Hold on one second.
Sometimes like a broken tail light, it's not enough to shoot somebody or anything like that, but it can give you a specific.
It's just there's a lot of points that have been made about
I gotta
like
I gotta catch
police officers and stuff like that, and like their use of
Cleric
force and
can't learn
all that other
Find
stuff. And
Familiar,
I've
this
looked
is the
into a
only
few of
reason
it, and
Alex does
it's a
not
lot of it is
also
like
have a cat.
police officers shouldn't
Oh my God,
be able to
it'd be
be
funny if
judged,
we had
jury,
to
and
get
found
Alex
as
cat.
Listen,
And one of them was like an
We're
actual
gonna
cat.
like that.
replace
That
the-
shouldn't be how
We're gonna
somebody's
replace
life
the,
ends.
the influx of birds with the influx of cats.
We're a cat
Yes.
party now.
yes,
Mhm.
I'm gonna cross timelines and steal Vanali from the other campaign. It's
I
like
could have
5D
also
chess.
had a familiar if I hadn't taken a different pact boon, but
Yeah, and oh god,
I
there's.
mean, really, it's
I've
just because
seen
you all
a
knew that nobody
literal,
could ever match Depths of
video,
Anger.
and it was so
It's
fucking
true.
disturbing. It was of this paraplegic black
yeah,
man
still want a
and he
cat.
was trying
I
to
offer a
tell the
counter
officers,
argument.
like, I
Suki
I
cat.
can't get out of my car, I'm paralyzed.
which one is
And he
Suki
kept
Cat?
saying it.
Can my
Yeah, he
statue
kept
turn
saying
into
it.
a cat,
And it
Parker?
was all caught on camera
Oh,
because
what?
they had body cams. And he kept saying this, and they ripped him out of the
Sorry,
car.
what?
His pants fell off.
Cat.
And they just like
okay.
started messing
the
with him,
thing, it's
trying to
basically
put his
like a
hands
little
behind his
child's
back, and they're
toy.
like, "Pete, keep it on your back," and he's like, "I'm
You can like
paralyzed."
palm it in your
And I'm
hand.
just like,
it has a couple of
what the
movable parts, but
fuck
it's
is
just
wrong
like
with
a
this
little trinket.
country? Oh my god! Like,
Victory!
oh, it just made me feel so sick. I was like,
Um,
how
Okay,
are
this
people
is.
thinking this is
You
okay?
understand this is going
Oh
to be
my
the most
god!
important item in the campaign,
I-
right?
Sure.
Yeah.
The guy's like, I don't know much about it.
It's
I
the
think
ones
it's
that
just
aren't
a
that speak for
trinket, but
volumes
okay.
for yes.
No, most of that's me out of
It's
game dropping,
unfortunate.
like, ah.
There needs to be reform
That's
in
fair,
police
but, like, he
officing,
gives you,
and
like, it's just a
the
thing,
people
like,
that
I don't
refuse to are the problem. if they
and send you on their way.
these people have a lot of power over normal citizens.
Alex
It
is
doesn't make
satisfied.
sense for the ones that are
As the
bad
sun
to have
starts to
power.
set,
Like that's it.
Nin and
That-
Julius probably head back to the
it just makes them bad.
the tailor to pick up their clothing.
Yes.
I don't know what it looks like. I'm just gonna say
Well,
fancy.
I do have an answer for
It's
you, actually.
fancy. I'll
'Cause
I'll find some sort of
Okay,
descriptor.
so basically what Deform
My
the
brain is
Police
less mush.
means is they want to take funds,
Julius
because
also
there's a
gets
lot of
one.
places, like different
The
states,
sun is starting to go down
that
now,
have
and
like
just from the
billions
edges
of dollars that they
this part of
allocate
town,
every year
you can
into
see
funding the police.
where the Corelio
What they want to
estate
do
is
is
starting to
take
get
those
kind
things
of
because
busy.
they've said before,
People coming
with
in
like
and
gun
out,
control, like no, we don't
final
want gun
preparations
control. We
coming
want to push money
guests
towards
starting to
mental
arrive.
stability for youth and stuff like that to make sure they aren't like whatever, you know. Well, that takes money to do. So we want to take
Well, we
some
should
of the budget from the
Probably
police
get going, right?
so that it can go towards these groups. Yeah, that's what most of this means. It doesn't mean like get rid of
I
cops
mean, we always kind of
entirely.
made
Some
sure to be a
people
little
think
late to these
some
sort of
people
things,
think
but
that way.
If you want to see everything, I guess we should go now.
I mean, there is something to be
It's just
said
funny,
for being
though.
fashionably late, but punctuality is also a virtue. So let's go now.
I mean,
I
honestly,
don't
they're
think
probably
being
more
late is
reliable than a cop
fashionable.
because they
It's
probably won't
kinda
show up
rude.
until all your stuff is
Uh,
gone.
Perhaps different customs, dear.
By the time your stuff is stolen, it's too
But
late.
wait, no, but if everybody's gonna be late, why not just start
but,
again?
Well, not everyone's late, just the important people.
Mhm.
Why?
Because you're so important that you can come as late as you'd like.
That sounds dumb.
Min considers that.
Yeah, that's not a good thing
Yeah,
to
it
do.
kind of is, I guess, but
Also,
Yeah.
my mommy did it.
yeah, my mommy did it, and my mommy isn't dumb,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
they just wish they were as cool as my mommy.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Yep. And that's the whole thing. I mean,
Um,
you guys live so far out in the country that, I mean,
the
it's
sun
it's
starts to
possible to
set
be robbed
as
and
you
things
all
like that,
are
but
heading
it's
out
honestly...
to, the Corelio estate.
You guys are such sweet people.
Um,
I don't know why anybody would want to hurt you, so...
The rest of you staying back in the inn, I presume, sort of watch them all go and then
Honestly,
retire
Grandpa,
at least somewhat to
I'm
dinner.
really happy on the way that you think, because
Aster.
it's been kind of hard to live with Dead
I
Patty
need you
a
to
little
roll
bit
me
with their
a
views.
charisma
Wisdom
save.
save? Oh, charisma.
Well, they're
No,
just like,
wisdom.
I don't know, like
charisma.
the whole coronavirus thing. They don't like to listen to like facts and stuff, and
Don't
they
like that.
think it's just like a normal flu.
Ah.
It's more it's like they're like, oh, but it's serious, but it spreads.
So,
just
did
at
you
the
say
same
charisma?
rate, and I'm like,
Yes.
no, it's worse.
I'm guessing we're not within range of a message
Yeah,
spell, are we?
I agree.
No.
Didn't think so, but I can talk to the folks who are at the party probably.
So that is a 7.
Oh, son boy.
Oh no. Son boy, please.
It's okay. I knew this was coming.
Please,
Yeah.
son boy.
Aster, you start to tuck into dinner, and the sun is down low, starting to sink beneath the swamp. And then at the corners of your hearing, you start to hear something. I have to send you the audio track on its own, but I want to play it for fucking everybody.
Oh god.
Oh.
Yeah, because I don't
No,
actually.
I
I
agree.
don't actually have roll 20 open.
Yeah, it just
um,
it bothers me that
Let me
people.
send it to you first.
So a mask isn't just for yourself; it's for other people. And
What are you doing to our son boy?
Would you like to know,
it
Ren?
boggles my mind
Stop
that people
hurting
can't get
him.
over a little bit of
Ren
discomfort
is
to
a mood
actually
because
be
Ren has
better
no
for
idea
other
what's
people.
happening, but I
Yes,
also have
I
no
do,
idea what's
because
happening.
I don't know if you heard.
I know
we
exactly
have
what's happening, and
about
I don't like it.
8 cases of COVID now in my
Because
building.
I am suffering the consequences of my decisions.
Why do
Our
you
plant does
why,
not
why
want
did you make
Parker,
decisions
no,
like that?
it sucks.
Stop being mean to
Our
son
plant
boy.
doesn't want to
That's
shut
son boy
down,
right there.
so it sucks.
You're bullying
a
our
lot.
son boy.
I don't
God.
like to go to work.
What the fuck?
I'm just,
Oh.
I'm basically sitting here
I'm actually
kind of
gonna listen to it
thinking
now.
about
so
it,
give me
and
a
I'm
minute.
like, well, I'm just waiting to catch COVID now, I guess.
Even though I've heard snippets of this.
I'm overcome with
What the
fear.
fuck?
Yeah, I've been trying my best,
Hmm.
and I've been trying to stay as far away from Dead Patty as possible, mostly because they go out and do things and I do not.
And you
I don't
watch
like
as
to do that.
Aster's
They haven't. I
sort
don't
of
know if they've been to any bars,
relaxes,
but I don't want to
and
do
the
that.
fork falls from his hand, and his eyes sort of glaze over, and he stands from the table, and slowly, as if sleepwalking, starts to walk out of the inn.
Oh yeah.
Does anyone try to stop him? Like Alex or...
Do I see him? Because if so, I am.
Yes, he's
Yeah.
in the middle of the
'Cause
inn,
who's still
standing.
here? Alex, Ix, Nagi, and who am I forgetting?
I'm going
No, I'm
to
not
Sun
kidding.
Boy. I'm going to him.
That son boy is so buff.
I'm also buff.
What are you trying to do?
What is he doing?
He is simply standing up and slowly making his way out of the inn.
I'm just following him because something seems wrong.
He walks out of the inn and out onto the street. And stumbling
Quarantine?
towards the west side of town, the side you have not been in, where
Yep.
the swamp seems to get thicker. I forgot to put that on repeat.
Master.
He starts to head down the street.
Aster, what's wrong?
Mm.
No,
There
wait.
is no response.
I wish I could do my job virtually, but nobody's gonna insert lenses.
Just
from
stop
this far.
following.
Man. It just sucks because it feels like we're
You
the
begin to
only
follow
plant
Aster,
open right now because we're
to the
swamped with
west
work.
part
We've
of
been working
town.
10-hour days
Um,
and 8-hour
and
weekends.
actually,
So we've
the
been
tailor
doing
shopkeeper
58
had
hours
been,
a week, pretty much, since May.
staying open late to
Yeah.
give Nin and Julius their clothing. Sort of
Yeah.
spots you out the. And she goes, "Hey, stop him!"
Yeah, exactly.
Alex picks
There's
him up.
not enough way to have wait staff and such.
I
It's
need you
just-
to make a strength
It's
check.
bad for that.
All right.
I'm glad I have a job and that
Joe,
I'm making money.
make me
but
A
at
natural
the
20.
same time,
Fuck yes!
Oh, then
on
fuck.
Tuesday I had to stay home because I had made myself so
Well, that
like
was a
exhausted
7
sick
for me.
that I had to
So,
stay home.
You
Like I had to take a
scoop
sick day
Aster up
because I couldn't
without
do
a
it.
second thought. And Aster, despite you trying to lean and get out of this grasp, you can't see. He doesn't seem to.
How aware is
Yeah,
he right
I've
now?
had a headache for the last
None.
like week because
Okay,
I'm just
that's what I
stressed.
figured, but-
So
He
that's
might
fine.
have snippets of
It
awareness,
doesn't go
but
away
he's
with
got
ibuprofen, so.
Yeah, all there is the sun.
Mhm.
What's wrong? What's wrong with him?
The woman sort of comes out of her shop and she goes, "Grave diggers, obviously. Come on,
No.
put him to bed."
I don't know what that is. Do I?
Yes, grave diggers is
Yeah,
the
Oh
whole
my god.
thing you brought
What was it?
drugs for.
Oh, sorry. I
Oh,
blanked
yeah.
on what those were called. Okay. And Alex does not say
Oh,
that.
that'll do it.
Although the quantity of Alex's memory is
Oh,
very
yeah.
small.
I agree with you. I don't either.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I
have
know
someone who
that.
can run to
But
the temple,
at
get
the
some
same
rose
time,
whistle.
I feel like it's also a Minnesotan thing, too. So we
Um,
don't do well in hot weather.
Yeah, but are
We're
they
not
awake?
acclimated enough.
Your friends were all eating dinner.
Oh,
yeah, it was dinner time. It was not sleep time.
okay. My brain has like not been properly processing.
You're good.
I just heard Sunboy going. Gotta get him. Probably. Fuck. Logged back into reality.
Yeah.
Alex is a little
And it's not like God
overwhelmed
doesn't
and
love you
and
anymore.
does
You have
not
to
know
stay home
what
and
to
take care of
do.
yourself.
Except hold Sunboy, so because whatever's happening is
Can
bad.
Can I possibly fluff that he's humming along?
You may.
Or is that just a complete no?
Yeah, I hear
Can.
that. Yep.
There is a soft song being hummed from Aster.
I don't think he should be doing that. I don't think that's good.
The
Yeah.
woman shakes her head and she runs into the temple. And she locks eyes with the rest of the party and she goes, someone faster than me, can you run to the temple? Your friend needs Rose Whistle.
Alex is kind of carrying Aster back that way.
Nin gets up and fucking sprints.
Not Nin, presumably.
Not
Nagi.
Nin, sorry.
Nagi.
Nagi. Nagi gets up
I
and
told
fucking
you about
sprints.
the stairs, and
I warned you about the stairs, bro.
look what happened.
That's a Homestuck joke.
I
Oh, jeez.
You
can't prove
you
that.
can't say that word in front of PK. You can't,
I am done.
you can't say that word in front of PK.
Homestuck joke.
My life is a Homestuck joke.
Listen, I might have read like the first chapter of Homestuck, but that doesn't mean anything, and you can't prove otherwise.
Stop.
His name is Egbert,
We're
right?
not talking about Homestuck anymore.
He's Egbert, right?
Nagi returns very quickly with a bundle of rose whistle, and the woman in the shop kind of instructs you to sort of she asks the bartender to make a thing of tea, and soon there is a tea of like a rose whistle tea being presented.
That's cute.
And Alex, she tells you he needs to drink it.
Yeah. Alright.
How do I make him drink it?
Oh, nice.
She like
Yeah, I thought about sitting
you
out
pinch his
too,
nose
but
for
I
me,
had
please?
stuff I wanted to do today.
and once you
Unfortunately.
pinch the nose, she
No, it's
slowly
okay.
and carefully
I would
tips
rather
the
hear
drink-
from you
the
than not.
mixture into his mouth and helps him swallow.
Yeah. Anytime.
And not long
Love you,
after,
Grandpa.
he
You
sort
too.
of relaxes
Bye-bye.
and slumps in your arms and is asleep. And I think that's where we're gonna call session.
And I just hummed and hopped it on.
Try
Welcome
and
back,
notice
Ren.
something.
Is the
I
lad
experienced-
safe? Please tell me.
The lad
I
is safe.
experienced the Sun Boy neural override.
Uh-oh. What the fuck does that even mean?
It means my brain processed within like it's like cycling through like the what everyone else is saying, and instead of keeping that information, it's just kind of throwing it out, and then it heard Aster and Trouble in the same general area and logged right back into what was happening.
Oh, Jesus. That's a mood, though. Holy shit.
I mean, that's also what happened in Alex's brain, right?
Yeah, Alex was like, eat leaf, and then suddenly, Sun Boy?
What happened to our son boy?
Also, fuck you, Parker, for turning my thing against me. That fucking creepy song bullshit is my trademark.
Not anymore.
Rip to you.
Ren, if you want to hear the song I had playing.
I heard, like, a minor bit of it, and I was like, no. Yeah, I heard
my
that
God,
shit.
You started playing that, and like my brain was like, ah.
Listen.
I don't like it when that
knew.
happens and I'm not in control of it.
I knew what I was in for when I made Aster 15. Because I knew Parker intended to run this thing. So I knew full well.
You made him traumatized at that age just so he could be bewitched?
You bewitched a
No.
boy! The summoned to boys!
Not quite. You don't know Aster's deal.
Exactly.
I know
That's why
trauma
he's
when I
Sunboy
see
right
it.
now.
God, oh my
What
Jesus.
makes you think he's traumatized?
This is D&D.
Everyone's got trauma.
He's also not living with his parents, and he's off doing like secret KGB cleric shit. Apparently,
Also, in an order
That
that,
is
everybody's like, oh, that order.
yeah. And this boy didn't have a normal upbringing. Okay,
Yep.
Neither did Alex. He's not special.
well, true.
Looks
Well,
at
I was
Julius.
not claiming that Aster was special for a not normal upbringing, and for all you know, he actually had a perfectly normal upbringing. It's just the most recent stuff that's been a bit touch and go.
Also, how would we know
Um,
if Alex didn't have a normal upbringing? You haven't shared his backstory yet.
I
Weird.
know, listen.
We are once again asking for Alex's backstory.
I know what. Okay, listen. I know what's going on. I just need to put it down somewhere.
I mean, that's
Because-
very valid.
No, I
Yeah.
told Joe once I actually properly get down. Dylan is nothing compared to my cow.
Oof.
Damn
Rip.
him.
God,
I will call that session.
great.
Yes.
And then we will bounce to the party.
I hope you guys.
Session, dude.
Thank you so much for DMing, Parker. I'm sad I didn't get to be there for this part, but I can always rewatch it. So that's okay.
Absolutely legendary.
We
session,
didn't know
bro.
that Aster left, right? Because it would have been just the roommate.
Yeah.
Well,
It-
we were
it was
already
everyone
walking to
getting
the party.
dinner, which was
Yeah, you
everyone.
guys were
which
already
was
walking to
in
party.
session.
Hold on, let me hear Parker. I didn't catch that.
It was pretty much everyone who wasn't in session plus Alex.
Okay.
So
Huh?
the
Alex
people
was
who all
the
just
other person.
faster try to pull bullshit.
God,
Yeah.
yikes.
Oof.
Fuck this town.
Yeah, literally though. Corrupt police and they try to yoink our son boy. How dare?
How dare they yoink our son boy?
Dearest, I will want to talk to you about sort of